It's the Other Stuff Show with the kids talking about other stuff.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Other Stuff Show special presentation, maybe we should call it, the Other Stuff Show spin-off. This is, of course, we are the Invincible podcast, but every now and then we do a show called the Other Stuff Show, and usually that is a fun live stream where we get to hang out with all of you guys in the chat. We get to all just talk about the things we've been watching, reading, video games we've been playing, and last time we did that, well, every time we do that, we assign each other homework. And Ryan's homework for the rest of us last time was that all four of us had to make a top 10 favorite movies of all time list. And we're now approaching the time where homework's due for everybody. You know what I mean? We are, if you're listening to this right now as it posts, we're going to be doing the Other Stuff Show in about 1 week. We'll talk more about that later on at the end of the show of when that's coming up. But we're now at the point where we're getting ready to record again and turn in all of our homework. And we decided that this might be better to break out as its own special video, since we know we're going to talk a lot about our favorite movies, and it's going to take a while to go through our top 10. And we're going to get into all that. But before we do, I'm one of your hosts, Wyatt. And joining me, as always, is Bill.
Hi, everybody.
TJ.
Hello, it's TJ.
And Ryan.
Hey, everybody.
So, yeah, like I said, we're here. This is a little Other Stuff Show special presentation. We're not live streaming necessarily because, again, we're going to have a lot to talk about. It would be hard bouncing back and forth between the chat. We're looking forward to next week when we do our full Other Stuff Show, talk about all the things we've been watching and interact with the chat. But today is just our day that we have to finally reveal, and for me, finally lock in my top 10 movies of all time. So let's start there. When Ryan assigned this to us, I remember everybody having a lot of mixed feelings about it.
Yes.
Bill seemed upset. It's one of those things that's like very hard to do. So how did everybody feel going into making their list? How was that process for you? Before we start revealing anything, how did that process go for everybody?
I'll start. I feel like this is something that, especially TJ and I think back on, and to a degree, Bill, like we did years ago, or we would talk about it years ago, especially like top 3 or something, you know? So I think getting ahead of it, like the three of us probably know a little bit more about where some of those movies lie or what lies up there. But it was one of those things where it had been a long time, and we have seen so many good movies over the last handful of years, at least 10 years since talking about our top list. And I was really curious as to how that list had changed. But the big thing was like, I want it to be ranked. Being able to list 10 movies, our favorite movies, easy. But making it that we have to rank them, and then now kind of putting this out there and like being able to look back on it and see how it changes and evolves over the years was something I was excited about. Yeah. But as far as making my list, I created, I just wrote down as many of my favorite movies as I could, and then just quickly chopped them up and said, nope, moved them around a little bit, and came up with my top 10, probably the weekend after I signed the homework. And then, I don't know, once every 3 weeks to a month, I would go in there and shift something up and down. It wasn't until like 2 weeks ago where I told someone my list and was like, in saying this out loud, that is getting cut and this is being added. Mm-hmm. But other than that, no real changes.
TJ, you can go next.
So like Ryan said, we talked about this years ago, and I've always had a notes app or like a note on my phone where I always just add favorite movies to it. So I already had kind of a list going, but they weren't ranked or anything. And then when I actually dug in to actually create a list, I went year by year from like 1980 on of all theatrical movies and looked all of them up for each individual year. And the list changed a lot because of there's a ton of movies out there that I forgot about and like played a big part in my childhood, or like more recent movies where I'm like, you know what, like even though it's newer, I hold that in high regard. So it did change a lot. It started out kind of difficult because I think I started out with upwards of like 65 movies, I think it was, and then slowly whittled it down. I mean, I'll say we're going to be going over some honorable mentions. I ended up actually doing a top 20. And I'll just say, because I think we're doing 5 honorable mentions each, I'll say my 15 and my 14. But for me, the toughest ones were my 11, 12, and 13. Because any of those 3 movies could be swapped out with my number 10 on any given day. So those are my 11, 12, and 13 are the ones that hurt me that did not make my top 10. So we'll talk about that. But that's really where I struggled the most. Other than that, it was tough, but I think it was easier than I thought it was going to be. But it was fun too.
Mine was the complete opposite of that. Mine was not fun. Mine was not easy. And it took me. So same thing. I just listed every movie that I like that I could think of. You know what I mean? And I kind of went through like my Amazon purchases and like I went through IMDb and like Rotten Tomatoes, and I just tried to like throw everything at the wall that I possibly could. And then it was like a slow day at work, and I had a list, and then Amanda helped me with it, and it was this or that. It was this or that. And I'm like, that. So then that got a check mark. And then it was like, okay, 2 completely different movies, this or that. The winner got a check mark. And then we change it up, and we did it like fucking 50 times. And then we just went through and checked and was like, okay, well, this has 15 check marks on it. So this has to be on your working list, which was a list of 30. And then it was this or that between that. And it was so hard, but so surprising as to what, like, my top 10 is what I'm saving from like the apocalypse. You know what I mean? What, like, I have to save that humanity has to see. Yeah. And then my honorable mentions are like what I'm gonna stow away. Like, you can only have 10, and then I'm gonna like shove these 5 in my pants. You know,
you're wearing cargo pants so you could hide.
Exactly.
Yeah. In the apocalypse.
So, and I honestly didn't even rank them because I knew it would change too many times until today. I waited to rank them until today because I knew that I would change it, and I just didn't want to. I wanted to stick with it.
I put it off for a very long time, and there was even like recently, it was a few weeks ago that we were all talking. I was like, yeah, I haven't even started my list. And then I went to my notes app to start it one night, and apparently I had started it. I just forgotten about it. So I found my list. I was like, okay, this is a good starting point. But yeah, we were originally going to record this a few days ago, and we had to delay a little bit. And even in those few days, I'm swapping things around and being very indecisive. So it's very fun because it did kind of force me to go back and think about movies that I think I used to. There are movies that if we had made this list, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, would be like for sure in the top 5 that are not even in my honorable mentions now, just because like my tastes change or something else comes out that kind of makes me feel differently about movies and everything. But I also, like, going into this, felt pressure, mostly because I know that I feel like you guys see more movies than I do. Like, I feel like I have become more of like a TV series person just in general in terms of how much I'm watching. And I know you guys, like, obviously from working at the movie theaters and all of that, like, you guys are very much movie going people. So I'm curious to see how surprising my list is or how close my list is to some of the stuff on yours. But yeah, very excited to go through this, to just reveal it and have some fun. And like, again, favorite, we all kind of, like Bill said, Bill's thinking about the apocalypse movie. It's all everyone interpreting it in their own ways. Like, there are movies that are not in my honorable mentions. I'm just going to throw one out there as a spoiler that's not on my honorable mentions that I thought about, but like Back to the Future. Back to the Future is like a perfect movie to me. There's nothing wrong with Back to the Future, and it's not on my list. And it's not because it's not better than maybe some of these other movies, but like, there's a personal connection. There's a story behind why this movie matters to me, what matters from it. So yeah, it's a lot like that has been the last like month and a half of my head of like trying to rationalize, like, why am I putting this here and not this movie? Yeah. So it's been fun to do that and like kind of analyze what I love about these movies.
It's a lot like how we did this for video games. We did a 10 games that like define us episode not long ago. That's the way I approach this. This is if you put 10 movies in a blender, out pops Orion. Like it hurts that there are masterpieces that I don't put on my list because I mean, everybody knows they're masterpieces. That doesn't, I mean, like you said, Back to the Future, there's a lot like that I do not have. These are Ryan movies. That's
Yeah,
all.
for sure.
So these are favorites, not best.
I just like skimmed through
I'm
my
not-
list of like all the things that
Oh.
I did, and I'm so mad. I just want to. We just need to
I know.
go
Okay,
so
get
I
it
can
over.
say sorry. Like,
I know.
let's
know.
start with our honorable mentions to kind of explain as well to the audience. Kind of the way we're going to go through this is we're all going to start with honorable mentions, then we're all going to give our number 10. Gives us each a chance to talk about it, and we'll work our way up to our number ones as like the final reveal.
Mhm.
So let me share our lists here that we're going to be building. Who would like to start with their honorable mentions?
I'll go.
And we're just gonna say
I'll
all
go.
5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the best.
List
the best
off your
to do.
5, and I'll type them up.
Okay.
Okay. And if
Are you guys ready?
anybody says an honorable mention that's on their
Ready.
list, you don't need to reveal that now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Bill's honorable mentions. My first one, Galaxy Quest. My second
it.
one,
Fun movie.
man, this hurts
Haven't
so
seen it
bad.
in forever.
As Good as It Gets.
Wow.
Honorable
Oh, wow.
mention.
Oops, hang
Number
on.
3,
Command Enter, I believe. What?
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Sorry, Galaxy Quest, As Good as It Gets.
Yep, As Good as It Gets. War of the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes, or is it War of the Planet of the Apes?
Or
It's
I think it's
four.
War of.
Is it
War
of?
of the Planet of the Apes? I think it's War of the Planet of the Apes. TJ, you ready for this one? Shawshank made
What?
my honorable mentions.
Wow.
Shawshank Redemption made my honorable
Bill,
mentions.
that was like one of
What?
the few that I was like,
I
that's
know.
surely
I
on
know.
Bill's list.
I know.
So-
Are you ready
My
for my
question was whether or
For-
not it was number 1, not whether or not it was on the list.
I'm surprised.
for as long as I've known Bill, we debate. That's what we do. We all debate. And any time we ever debate movies, for as long as I've known him, 20 plus years, he said Shawshank Redemption. And to that, we always say, like, of course, like everybody loves that movie. So it is surprising that it's not on your top 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, I like As Good as It Gets was in my top 10, and I had to pull it out. I
Love
had
it.
to for other things. This was also in my top 10 for a very long time. Blade Runner 2049.
Wow.
Wow.
I know.
What
I
is
know.
Bill's list, everybody?
I know.
Like,
You're-
What does it
you're
even
listeners
look
gonna
of
like?
the
be-
podcast. Bill
there's-
talks about these movies all the time. What are we even gonna do?
I won't call it out. There is an easy way to figure out some of the movies that are on Bill's list, but I won't draw attention to it.
So am I going to give my number 10, or we're all going to give our
Nope.
honorable mentions?
Let's
and
all
then
do
we're gonna
honorable mentions.
Honorable
All
first.
right, that sounds good.
I'm just gonna put War, Planet of the Apes because
Yeah.
I want it to fit. Oh, it still doesn't fit.
Or just War of the Apes.
Yes.
War,
You
Yeah,
know what?
okay.
I am going to put War of the Apes.
War of the
It's
Apes.
a little known fact that I'm sure you guys probably know too. I remember when the first one of that series was coming out, and it was originally titled Rise of the Apes, because then all of the movies would lead up to Planet of the Apes. But they were like, oh, we want people to recognize it's part of a franchise, so it has to be Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And that always makes me mad
Such
that
a
all these
bad
movies
title.
are that, because it could have been Rise of the Apes, Dawn of the Apes, War of the Apes.
It's
Planet
so
of
much
the
better.
Apes. You know what I
So
mean?
much
That,
better.
that
I
would
did
have
not
been
know that.
better.
I did not know that.
That would have been better. So I'm calling it War of the Apes on your list. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Do it.
Man, I hate this.
You
Mission
did this
Impossible
one,
Fallout.
Ryan. Oh, love it.
Yeah. Awesome action movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah.
Fuck yes,
Incredible
dude. I
movie.
had so many of this type of movie in my
Yeah.
lists, bro.
Yeah.
So
I
many.
love it.
That
It's
is
such a
that
good
really
movie.
is a perfect movie.
It is great.
I don't care which one you put down. If I have to commit to one, I'll just say the first one, Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
Only because, and it's not because of the movies themselves, but because those movies and the special features and the like extended editions defined how I basically like how this podcast is run. You know what I mean? Like special features and the behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff changed, my life.
You said you didn't care which one he put down, and then you said Fellowship of the Ring.
Just go with the first
So
one.
is
then.
it Fellowship?
I
Is that the
don't-
first thing that pops out?
I view them as one thing. I guess
Yeah.
Return is like the best, but I really love Two
It is.
Towers. but Fellowship is just the beginning. So I don't want to get into that. But yeah, Lord of the Rings. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
Man. Also
Yeah.
on my fucking big long list of movies, man.
Yeah.
I love this type of movie.
I know, that globe-trotting, cozy, feel-good movie. The
I
vibes.
rewatched this yesterday to see if it could crack
Really?
the list. And it was one of those
Really?
ones where it's like, I love this movie so much.
I
I don't know
know.
if I have as much connection to it as some of these other ones. But yeah, it was one of the ones that was in conversation. And I believe, to bring it all full circle, that came from years ago when you guys did like top 5 movies of the year or something like that.
Oh, really?
Before you guys were doing the other stuff show, and it was like a part of one
Yeah,
of the
you're right.
episodes, was when TJ mentioned Dr. Sleep, and I watched that for the first time, and then you had mentioned Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and I remember watching both of those fairly like within each other because you guys had mentioned them. So yeah, bringing it all
Love
back.
it. Great movie. And then this one feels like the most of a cop out. I just feel like it has to be in there because of what an event it was. I'll go Avengers Endgame. And that's it. That's top 5. I think I think it was Secret Life of Walter Mitty that was the last one to get cut. That one was teetering on 10 for a very long time.
That is a very Ryan movie. I love that movie, but it is more you. It is more yours than it is anybody.
I'm gonna rattle off my my honorable mentions. Into the Spider-Verse is an honorable mention.
That was
perfect superhero movie. Love it. Dune Part 2 in my honorable mentions. I rewatched that one last night, being like, man, it's so good. And it's still, again, if you ask me tomorrow,
you watched Walter Mitty and Dune 2 in one night.
Walter Mitty was 2 days ago. Dune 2 was last night. I'm on summer vacation right now. By the way,
Whiplash, right there.
His eyes are just like this, like he's the.
Speaking of my next movie, Whiplash. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Yeah, right.
The Dark Knight is another honorable mention. Similarly to Ryan, I'm not going to pick which one. Kill Bill, but if I had to, I'll choose
Volume 2 all day, all day.
And then another one that I wanted to make it there, Mr. Right, a rom-com. Nicole and I love this movie. Sam Rockwell is the lead. Anna Kendrick is in it as well. Just a delightful, probably my favorite like rom-com. So, didn't make the list.
See,
but
this is why I love, because I don't want to say anything, but I love that. I love that.
It's funny because like when I made my list, like it very much is like, because we're going favorite, not best, and like there's not a lot of like Oscar award winning movies on here, like adult, like these are all like my comfort movies is what they ended up being. But all right, so the 2 honorable mentions that I'll say first is Spider-Man 2. It is like Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man. It's what I grew up on, and I think it's not a perfect movie, but it's a fucking perfect movie. It's not, but it is. You know what I mean? It's so good. Yeah. I love it. I guess number 14 would be Independence Day. I think it's great action movie, and it's so funny, and I love anything that has to do with aliens, and I just think that's a near perfect movie.
So I have at work, I have Independence Day Resurgence or Insurgents, whichever the sequel is, on the wall, and it's been playing like 8 hours a day every day. I fucking love that movie, TJ. Do you remember how good we liked that movie a whole lot?
It's a fun movie. It's just fun. It's fun. Yeah. It's a good.
I don't think I ever saw Resurgence.
It is so good, man. It is very worth it. It's worth it.
See, this is part of the fun of this. We're all gonna hear about movies that like, oh, I missed this one. I missed this one.
So these next 3, again, I couldn't put it in any order. And if you ask me any given day, any of these 3 could be my number 10 and make my top 10 list. This hurts me to say this, but in any order, I'll start with The Devil Wears Prada. It's not a gay thing. It's a fucking great movie. It is such a good movie. I challenge anyone to watch that movie and not say that they at least enjoyed it.
Did you see the sequel yet?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's great.
And
is it good?
You know what's funny is, so for listeners, we know the manager that works at a Regal close to us. So me, Bill's wife, and another friend of ours, Amanda, went to go see Devil Wears Prada 2. And we walked into the theater, and Rennie is his name. He goes, "Oh, what are you guys here to see?" And we're like, "Oh, Devil Wears Prada 2." And he goes, "It is such an incredible movie. It's so
Oh,
good."
yes.
And I was like, "Really? Yeah, dude. Like, I love the first one." He goes, "I haven't even seen the first one, and the second one is incredible." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait." And
That's
it
crazy.
was incredible. It was so
That's
Wow.
crazy.
But yeah, Devil Wears Prada. Man, this hurts so bad. Bad Boys 2.
Oh
It's
my God.
Wow.
probably my favorite comedy. And again, like action comedy for sure. It's so funny and it's so quotable. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
Love
nice.
That was
Or
one
another
that
one
popped
where
in
it's
my
like,
head.
I think that if you could sum up the 90s in
Yeah.
2 words, it would be Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That movie is
Okay.
so good. So yeah,
Before
those are my honorable mentions.
before we get into top 10s, there's one more thing I want to do. I want to know how many of these honorable mentions have you guys not seen?
Ooh, okay. Bad Boys 2 off TJ's list I have not seen.
Wyatt. I've
I think
only
there's
not seen
for
one.
me.
I
There's
think
only
that's
one.
I think that's it.
I think the only one, and again, I don't think I've really seen Kill Bill or Kill Bill Volume 2.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I've
surprising.
I have seen every single one of these movies.
Mr. Right is the only one I haven't seen.
It's good, TJ. You'd like it.
It's very
Wyatt,
good.
you've seen all these?
Yeah, just Bad Boys 2, I think, is the only one that I
Nice.
have.
So
The only
now,
reason why I
with-
saw Bad Boys 2 is because TJ made me watch Bad Boys 2 without watching Bad Boys 1. I might
No,
I
have.
one
feel
is
like-
not good. One is not good.
Yeah.
I feel like that means odds are with the top movies, you will have seen them all. But do you guys have any guesses as to how many of everybody else's top 10s you haven't seen?
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
feel like
put
there's
gonna
Wyatt
be
at
at
2.
least
Yeah,
two.
I'm gonna
thinking
I'm
two.
gonna guess that I haven't seen. I feel like I have seen every movie that we'll list except for at least one on Wyatt's list.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say 2 on Wyatt's list.
I feel confident that like 2 to 3 probably.
You're telling
Yeah.
us that we've never seen off of your
no,
list.
on each of your lists
Oh,
that I
okay.
will have not seen. But that's like I said, I feel like I see less movies than you guys see.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So.
think around 2. I'm thinking of the same thing.
Part of the fun of this now, though, is now I feel the pressure internally, and I hope you're all feeling the same way. That whatever you say is number 10, you're saying is better than these other movies.
No,
You're above
no, that's not
I know that's not really
true.
what we're saying. We're saying favorites, but I
Yeah.
feel that internal pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
with
like I
that in
can.
mind-
I feel like I can argue a lot of these. My first one, 10
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to be rough though.
Who would like to start with their number 10?
Do you want to just go in
I'll
order?
go.
of
We
the
can
list?
just go in
Yeah,
order,
I'll
keep it easy.
Yeah.
like
So it'd be Ryan first.
So like Ryan, Bill, TJ
Yeah.
White. Okay.
All right. Again, movies that make me, and I got to start with one of my first favorite movies of all time. I don't think we can go on any trip together without quoting it a dozen times. It's Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Love it.
Very good.
Mhm.
Jim Carrey, for the longest time, was and probably still is my favorite actor. I made it a point early on to try and collect every movie. A lot of his stuff was only on VHS at the time, DVDs. I still have them all. It was always an event when he would have a new movie coming out. And just his comedy like defined like my, the way I, like comedy and like jokes. And that movie was so funny to me. And like I said, we're constantly quoting it. Yeah.
It still
it's-
is. It
yeah,
still is. It's timeless. It
Yeah.
is time.
Yeah.
It's slapstick and stupid, but it's
Mhm.
not stupid. It is
Yeah,
so
but it's
good.
not-
It is
like-
so funny.
I'm very picky with comedy, and I feel like a lot of really bad slapstick comedy is
Yeah.
really, really bad.
I feel
but
like
for
Dumb
some
and
reason
Dumber
this-
like is on the tightrope.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it could
same.
go, it could fall, but Ace Ventura
Yeah.
is just like, nope, I'm perfect. It's better
No.
than Austin Powers. It's better
Yep.
than like all those
Totally.
movies.
Yep, it
It's
feels more
slapstick,
timeless
but
than
it's
those.
It's slapstick with a purpose, though. It's not like
Yeah.
scary movie where it's just like
Being
throwing
dumb.
anything we can at
Yeah.
the wall. Like
Yeah.
any of Jim Carrey's older movies are. I
I-
mean, all his movies are great.
I have vivid memories of When Nature Calls. I don't know if I even really saw the first Ace Ventura when this one
It
came out.
definitely saw and liked the first,
Oh my
the
God.
second one before seeing the first one,
Yeah,
and then eventually
yeah.
saw the first one, and it's still really good.
So much to the point that I remember, and I should try to find, I'm sure I could text my mom and ask for pictures. When I was in elementary school, I was Ace Ventura for Halloween.
Oh my
one year.
God.
And like
Really?
everybody was just like, "Are you just like a surfer guy?" Because it was like a Hawaiian
Yep.
shirt and my hair all like slicked up and everything. But oh yeah, love Ace Ventura.
I'd be willing to bet. You may disagree, but I'd be willing to bet if you think of all the quotes that you're talking about when we're on road trips, I'm willing to bet the majority of them come from the first one.
A lot of them are the first one, but I like the second one more. I think the
I get it.
setting being the first
Yep.
one that I saw,
It's
yeah.
kind of hot
And-
nosed rhinos, honk honk,
Yeah.
honk 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 honk.
Mhm.
Like, come on, dude. No.
No,
I do love the
Chitty
first
Chitty
one,
Bang
though.
Bang. But Wyatt, if you haven't seen the first one, definitely recommend it.
I
Especially
definitely
with
have.
you-
I definitely
It's
have
my favorite of the two.
later on. I just know I hadn't seen it or
the
initially.
football side of it too is more fun too. Once you,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Miami
All right,
Dolphins.
Bill.
Dan Marino.
Man. My number 10 is Chef.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a great
So
movie.
This was a no-brainer for me, and I feel like the more I see it and the more like my relationship grows with like my son, you have to be a dad. You don't have to be a dad,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it means a lot more if you're a parent.
Mhm.
It just hits differently. Honestly, a lot of these things do hit differently when you're a parent, but I mean it's a no-brainer. Like I didn't even have to think about whether or not this was going to be in my top 10. I watch it
mhm.
more times in a month than I'd like to admit. Honestly, I watch all these movies more times in like every 2 months. But yeah, this is just
Yeah.
this goes up too on my list, like depending on my mood. But it just needs to sit at 10 for now because
The number of times that I have made the pasta aglio olio, however you
Mhm.
pronounce it, the dish that he makes for Scarlett Johansson in that movie
Mhm.
is like I've made that dish, I know, more times than I've seen that movie, but it's because that movie's so great that it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to make this.
What we do it all the time. I'll call Liz and I'll be like, hey, do you want to do chef pasta? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And then
Mhm.
I get home, she had already bought all the ingredients. We sit there, we turn on the chef's soundtrack, which
Yeah.
is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
we just sit in the kitchen and we make chef pasta. It's
That's
fucking
so
great.
much better than me trying to pronounce that. I'm gonna start calling it chef pasta.
It's
from
chef
now on.
pasta, bro. Yeah, it's chef pasta.
Great pick.
It absolutely deserves the spot. It's a perfect movie.
TJ?
So for my number 10, I'm a gigantic Disney guy. I'm an annoying Disney adult. I go to Disney World. If not every year, every other year, literally have a trip planned in October.
It's a little mermaid, isn't it?
The best Disney movie of all time
You heard him.
is a Goofy movie. It's the perfect movie. It is so
DJ?
funny. It is funny. It's so emotional and heartfelt. And the fucking music. It has the best Disney song of all time in Eye to Eye and Stand Out. Like what listen, I was a closeted gay kid growing up, but who didn't have a crush on Roxanne? All right, come on.
Especially in that dream sequence where come on, man. She was an
Yeah,
adult in that dream sequence.
Who didn't
Come on.
cry? Who didn't cry at Hi Dad Soup? You know what I mean? Like, who didn't feel for Goofy and with his it's funny too because you grow with that movie because when you're a kid, you relate to Max, where it's like, oh, the dad, like he won't leave him alone. He just wants to go to this concert. He just wants to like be with Roxanne. But then as you get older, and I'm not even a dad, right? But as you get older, you're like, God, like Max is kind of an asshole. Like Goofy just wants to be a part of his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. So yeah.
Hold
that's my
on!
number 10.
Stop it! Sorry, I thought I muted it. So really quick, I feel. Oh my god. Go ahead.
This is a great pick. Grayson recently like discovered the Goofy movie like a year or so ago and still loves it. And it was the music that immediately hooked him into that movie. And then like that's what made him want to watch the rest of it is Nicole, I think, put on like Eye to Eye or something like that. And he was just like locked in immediately. It's incredible. It's a classic.
I'm pretty sure it was in our text thread that I pitched a sequel. Was it in our text
There
thread?
is a sequel, but it's not good.
Yeah.
No. I don't mean the college one and the show and the college one where they go to like X Games or whatever. I'm talking about like a true sequel, a true sequel. Did I pitch it in our group thread?
I don't know. It kind of
I don't
sounds
know.
familiar.
I pitched it somewhere. Okay, go ahead. Why?
Okay. Number 10, Gone Girl.
Whoa.
Wow.
David
man.
Fincher.
Fuck.
Uh,
No shit.
I'm
With my
a
list.
huge David Fincher fan. Going back to like, if I was making this list in high school, Fight Club would be like up there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that was one of those movies that like blew my mind. I don't know how well it holds up now, and I think a lot of people get the wrong messages from Fight Club sometimes. So it's not necessarily as high as I would, think nowadays. But Gone Girl is just such a like. It's so tense. It's so interesting. The twist that happens like halfway through the story, I never saw coming. And it like at the end of the day, it's just I feel like such an interesting like deconstruction of relationships and how much you either know or don't know somebody that you're with, and like the sort of the tension that can be, that can come from that. It's just so good. I love that movie. It's one of the ones that like when there's nothing else on, it's always in the back of my head where it's like, maybe I'll put Gone Girl on again. It's just such a good, like tense, fun ride of a movie.
Yeah, it's the opposite of a feel-good movie. It's like
yeah,
I don't want to.
it's
I don't
not
want
a
to feel
feel-good
those.
movie.
Yeah, I don't want to feel
Yeah.
those emotions. It is one of those movies though that like it does the thing where you think it's gonna end and then it goes on for another hour.
Yeah,
and it like
yeah.
completely changes the movie. I hate this kind of thing that we're doing because I want to mention other movies that remind me of that, but I have a feeling
Yeah,
that the one I'm thinking of is on TJ's list.
I only saw
It's not?
Gone Girl
Wow.
one time, and I think it was in theaters, and I haven't seen it since. And every time I am reminded of that movie, I want to rewatch it again because I feel like it has been long enough that like I'm still going to get a lot of the impact of the twists and everything.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
excited to rewatch that one.
And like obviously Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross do the score for that. It's one of their best scores. Like they're amazing. And that definitely elevates the movie for me as well. All right, those are our 10s. This is already like, I love how there's not a bad movie on
Such
this
variety.
list. Well, what a crazy list it is already.
Gone Girl and
next
Goofy
to
movie.
Gone Girl is really funny to me. It's kind of crazy. Ryan, give us your number 9.
No. Okay. This is probably going to be the more lesser known on my entire list. Actually, it almost definitely is. This is called The Fall.
Ooh.
It
Yes.
is a movie
Oh my
with
god.
Lee Pace.
Lee Pace.
is in it.
So good.
and it's
It's
a
the first
story.
one I haven't seen on our list so far.
Yes, I'm so excited for you to see it. Then it's an amazing like kind of art piece movie where that's kind of at its core about storytelling in every meaning of the phrase. And it's just like visually, it's really, really like stunning. It's one of those like beautiful movies that's just like you could pause at any point. Lee Pace is incredible. I don't know the little girl's name that's in the movie, but she's incredible. Yeah, really cool movie. Bill, have you seen The Fall?
Yeah, we made him
you
watch
guys
it.
made me watch it.
Oh, and you didn't like
Yeah.
it.
That movie is
I think I may have. I just don't think that I got it. And I think I
Yeah.
could have been a little too up my own ass about it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I think The Fall is one of those ones where I feel like it deserves another shot for me.
it's a
That
mind
is
fuck
something
of
that
a
like
movie.
I feel like saying about just all these movies in general, these movies, like I think like anytime I go into a movie, if you're not in the right mindset, a movie that could be like top 5 for me, I might have just been like, I don't know, it wasn't really for me. And then coming back to movies and revisiting them, that's part of the fun of all this, I think.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's not fair because I talk about my favorite things all the time. Like I'm just so selfish and need to talk about everything that I love all the time. My number 9, again, could have been higher. This movie's all about tone. It's all tone, regardless of how you feel about the story or the acting or anything else. The tone is so fucking perfect. It's Event Horizon with Sam Fishburne. No, yeah, Sam, isn't it? It's Sam Neill, Sam Fishburne.
Sam Neill. Yeah.
Is it Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Combined them.
Yeah, dude. It's like, the prequel comic just came out. That's awesome. I love it. The first time I ever saw it, my mom, I think I told this story, like it was just me and my mom and I forget what my sisters and my dad were doing, but she was like, "Let's go to Blockbuster, pick out a movie." I picked this out, and we sat
my
there
God.
and were terrified and watched the whole thing. And I was way too young to see it, but I mean,
The
my
like
mom didn't care.
elevator pitch of this movie is just so intense to go into
Yeah.
that movie and not know. Like I knew the pitch
Yeah.
the first time I saw it.
Is it? Are you afraid of it? Like, does it scare you at all?
Not
See,
really.
it's not really scary. It's the
It's
tone. Like
not.
the whole idea of Event Horizon is that the ship went out to like the outskirts of the solar system, activated a wormhole drive that creates a black hole. The ship goes to hell, is gone for 7 years, and shows back up. Like,
Mhm.
what the fuck did that ship see? Like, that's just the idea of it is so scary. It's
Mhm.
so scary. It's the
Feel
thing of
like-
nightmares.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, Wyatt. Wyatt, you
Wyatt-
love space and spaceships.
I
and
know.
stuff.
I know. It's one of those ones that I hear all the time alongside like a lot of the older sci-fi movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know I should go back and watch them, and like maybe this is the reason. You know what I mean? I'm on summer
Yeah.
vacation, like I said.
Yeah, I think you'd really like it, Wyatt. And because it's not super scary. It's just good.
TJ, you're number 9.
My number 9, and again, these are all like my comfort movies. It is the 1990 original motion picture, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Man, I was wondering where
Love
this was going to
it.
fall on your list. I knew that it was going to make it.
Such a good score.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
appropriate.
this is like, yeah, just again, I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout my list. It's just a comfort movie. It like I quote it a lot. It's fun. Like I was obsessed with Ninja Turtles growing up. This movie is probably the main reason why I was so obsessed with Ninja Turtles growing up. Yeah, it's just fun. It's fucking ninjas, and it's martial arts, and it's fighting, and it's the Foot Clan, but it's also so much adult aspects to it too. Like there's swearing in it, and like there's smoke, like the whole Foot Clan of like the him converting people, taking them off the streets, convincing him that we are all a family, like Shredder convincing them that we're all a family. There's like a Stockholm syndrome type thing, like cultish stuff. Like there's a lot of like adult undertones to that movie. It's so good. I love it so much.
Were you going to say that there's kids smoking as like one of the? It's so edgy. There's kids smoking cigarettes.
That
Well,
movie
damn.
and the 89 Batman movie are like inseparable in my mind as like the movies of my childhood, of like me and my brother watching them at home, buying all the toys. Like, yeah, that was my childhood for sure.
Yep.
Much like Ace Ventura and the Indiana Jones movies, I grew up on the second one, or in Indiana Jones' case, the third one. I only saw the original TMNT, like the first one, not until like an adult, and I still have only seen it like one time. I grew up with the second one, and the second one was the only one to me.
Yeah,
that's the best.
It's funny because the second one I feel like is most people's favorite, and I think it may have been. I don't know if it was mine. I if you would ask me as a kid, I don't think I would have been able to choose, but I definitely watched the first one more. But being an adult now and rewatching them again, because there's a lot more adult, way more adult.
It's darker.
So I definitely like the first
more
one
of a comedy
now. Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
Wyatt.
My number 9 is a movie that is not newer. It's an older movie, but it's new to me that I watched it for the first time. I want to say a little over a year ago.
Wow.
That movie is Akira.
that
is the
one.
Okay.
Animated. It came out in the late 80s. It was like one of the first big like anime movies to come out in the United States. And for whatever, I don't know what the catalyst was, but a while back I was like, it was one of the ones that is on the list of like, I know I need to watch this. Everyone knows the Akira slide, like all of the times it's been referenced. And I finally just sat down and watched it like a year and a half ago, maybe, and just like fell in love with it. The on first watch, very like overwhelmed by it at first, because it's a lot more than I think what I thought it was going to be, and probably what you guys think it's going to be, just from seeing the references of motorcycles, you know, driving around a cyberpunk-esque city. It's definitely not only that. It is that for part of the movie, but it's a lot more than that. And then like going down the rabbit hole after watching it of like seeing how audiences reacted to it, thinking about the time that it came out, where like the only real animated movies of this quality coming out were Disney movies like Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that,
Mhm.
or Little Mermaid and everything. And to imagine this kind of like being the introduction to the Western audience of like what anime is, and it's just like in the same way with other movies we've talked about, there are so many movies that I see now where I'm like, oh, not just the Akira slide, but this is clearly referencing the thing that happened in Akira. Even like other anime that I grew up watching, like Dragon Ball Z, there's so much influence from this movie in that. And it just like, it's become a movie that I've gone back to and watched like 3 or 4 times since seeing it for the first time a year and a half ago, because there's so much in it and so many like cool things in it. Really, really highly recommend if no one's watched Akira to
No
check
one
it out.
here has seen Akira.
This
I
was
can
one of the
promise
first
you.
ones that I said where I was like, that I thought was like, this is going to be the one. And I think because I've texted you guys about that too,
Yeah.
or we talked about watching. I think I talked about it on one of the other stuff shows when I had first watched it. So I know you guys hadn't seen it yet. Yeah, definitely recommend it. It's weird. It's a very strange movie, but I love it. It's super, super unique.
Yeah, I remember after you had watched it for the first time and talking about it on the other stuff show, you convinced me, and I just completely forgot. I gotta watch it. I really do want to watch that one.
Yeah, it's worth checking out.
All right, my number 8. I hate that I have to preface this by saying that Russell Brand sucks and he's not a good person. But Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
Bro,
is such a
it was
fun,
on.
funny movie.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro.
Jason
Love it.
Segel, if we don't talk about him enough and what he's become as an actor in Shrinking,
Yeah.
but seeing him and doing this relationship rom-com type movie with Kristen Bell and Mila Kunis, I mean, Paul Rudd in this, it's so quotable, so funny. It also is heartwarming. Like, it's just a lot of fun. And it's just one of those, enjoyable movies to put on. And like TJ's been saying, these are kind of those like feel-good movies in a sense.
Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall to me was like a generational shift in what a comedy could be.
Yes.
Like it just changed the fucking scene, man. Like everybody was like, "What the fuck is this movie?" It's like got all these different things. It's heartfelt. It's funny. It's like the quality of the comedy was so fucking good.
It was one of the first comedies where it's like it's not just it's a comedy movie.
Yeah,
and that's it.
I was just about to say that it was the first of its kind.
Yeah, and it like movies from then on like tried to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole Judd Apatow thing, but this I don't think it is Judd. It's not Judd Apatow.
I don't think it is.
I feel like the director of Forgetting Sarah Marshall also directed something else
Role
that
Models,
was surprising. No,
Role
he
Models?
did
I
Get Him to the
love
Greek,
Role
but there's
Models.
another movie that he directed that I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
And
this was one that bounced on and off the list. I mean, obviously the whole bottom like 3 or 4 kind of came and went as I made the list, but it's just one of those movies that I kept coming back to, like, because obviously one of my honorable mentions, Crazy Stupid Love. Any given day, I can switch those two, and because it kind of fits that same mold as a great comedy with great performances.
Yeah.
It's just, what I'm in the mood for.
I absolutely played that game, Ryan, where you're doing the thing where it's like, well, if I'm giving this one here, this one that's kind of similar, that probably could be right underneath it.
Yep.
It's going to be an honorable mention because I need space on the list.
Yeah, exactly.
he did Storks.
I didn't see that.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen
Oh
it
my
either.
god.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that after you watch, you're like, oh, duh, of course he directed it.
All right, Bill,
All right.
what's your number
Are you
8?
guys ready for my number 8? I'm so fucking pumped. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's why we're here.
I watch it so much. It does not belong on any list anywhere, but for some reason it just makes me fucking melt with joy.
Okay.
I fucking love it so much. Blast from the Past.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone. Oh my fucking god! You guys have all seen this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Brendan Fraser, born in a bomb shelter with Christopher Walken, comes out in the 90s. It's the whole Brady Bunch, like fish out of water thing.
Fish out of water, yeah.
But Brendan Fraser's so funny, like the whole thing with him on the phone, like, look at me talking to you on the telephone, and he's perfect in it. He's like, Brendan Fraser's not a great actor, but for some reason he's perfect in this fucking role. There's a part, Troy, Alicia Silverstone's gay brother. What's that?
I think he won an Oscar
for the whale
Yeah, I was
or
going to
whatever.
say, don't you insult
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser. Mummy,
Like-
the Mummy is another one that should be on my list.
I love
It's
him.
not on
Mummy.
my list
I love
because the
him
first
so.
Mummy is also a perfect movie to me.
I love him
Yeah,
so
the
much.
Mummy 1 and 2.
I feel like people don't like Brendan Fraser for some reason, and this is the movie that defines him for me. But there is a part in it where Alicia Silverstone is trying to like have a conversation with Adam, Brendan Fraser's character, and she's like, "Don't you have to go to the bathroom?" Or no, just go to the bathroom. And he goes, and Troy goes, "Right here," like that. It's so fucking funny, guys. When was the last time you guys have seen?
I was
Blast
about
from
to
the
say,
Past?
Years, for sure.
I have seen this movie, but it has been so long that it's almost like I haven't. But I
Please.
had definitely seen this movie.
Please.
I think Katie would love it too. So if she hasn't seen it,
If she
we'll
hasn't
watch
seen it, she needs to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to make the list after this of like, here's things I haven't seen, things I know I've seen, but I would love to go back to because I
Yes.
don't really remember a lot about them. And then ones I'm familiar with. Like, that'll
Yep.
be a good list to work
This
my
is
way
one that you watch as like a kid and then a teenager, and then for some reason you watch it as an adult, and it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever
Cool.
seen. I love
Yeah.
it. It's so good.
Nice. TJ, you're number 8.
All right. So this one was tough because the only reason why this is at 8 and not at like 2 is because I had to pick a specific movie and not the entire series.
Mm.
This is my ultimate comfort though. Harry Potter.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
If I could choose the entire series, it would probably be like 2 or 3.
What
But
is
because
what
I had
is-
to because
maybe
I
I-
had to pick a specific movie, I had to go with my favorite, which is the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Azkaban.
But it could be any of them. Like my least favorite Harry Potter movie is still one of my favorite movies ever. Like the whole series to me it's just so feel good, and I like you don't have to think about things. It's just I don't know. I love it. I know
Am I doing
every
it on
single
spell?
movie. What's that?
I'm not sure
As-
if I'm spelling this
That's
correctly.
right. That's right.
Probably. It's close enough.
I think it looks
Okay.
weird in that font, but I think that's correct. But yeah, Harry Potter. I mean, there's not really much to say about it that hasn't been said a million times. It's one of the biggest franchises in the world. I just love that series from beginning to end. I think that like 3 and the last one, I thought like that's one of the rare. Anytime you see like an insane show that's way over popularized, or any series like this that is way over popularized, it's very difficult to stick the landing. And I thought that the last movie, Deathly Hallows 2, really stuck the landing. I thought, and I've obviously read all the books. Yeah.
I
think
very
it's
much
from beginning to end a near perfect series.
I missed the boat on Harry Potter as it was coming out. Like it wasn't a book series that I was reading a lot, and it wasn't until the last movie was coming out that like Nicole and I had some friends that we like went and did a movie marathon with and like got caught up so we could go see the final movie. And I like really enjoyed it, like and fell in love with those movies as I was watching them, and then really enjoyed the finale. And like you said, TJ, I think they did stick the landing. But yeah, Harry Potter to me is just like it's almost like this 2-week period of my life, and then I don't even really remember all of it because I watched all of it like at once and enjoyed them a ton. I just don't have as much of the nostalgia for it. I think it's the people that read the books as they were coming out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 8. They're not back to back, but it is another David Fincher movie and relevant because we got a trailer for a somewhat sequel coming out, but it is The Social Network.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm very apprehensive about the sequel, to just get that out of the way, because it's not David Fincher. It's not the returning Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross doing the score. Still,
Oh, I thought
Aaron
it was.
Sorkin.
Yeah,
Aaron
it's Aaron
Sorkin doing the
Sorkin. Yeah.
writing. And yeah, in the trailer, they end with the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross music from the first one,
Yeah.
even though they're
Yeah.
not doing the score for this one.
Oh,
and that
really?
kind of makes me feel like they're just trying to do member berries. Who knows? I hope
Mhm.
it's great. The cast looks awesome. Aaron Sorkin, I like a lot of his stuff, so hopefully
So-
it'll be great. The
so-
original, though, Social Network, is I think just an incredible I think it's an incredible movie on its own, but the fact that it is about like Facebook that did kind of like change all of our lives as we were coming up, and like the fact that it still manages to tell this like very, small story about these two friends and their friendship fracturing, let alone like this was the first score that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did, and my own music that I make today, like so much of the identity is tied into this score. Like if you go back and listen to the tracks from this movie, it is like probably formed some of the like basis of what I do with my music. And so it's very special to me in that way, that when I go back and listen to those songs, it reminds me of like what got me excited to like make music and all that.
And Andrew Garfield. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
that's
Yeah.
what I was about to say. The one scene always pops up on social media, like whatever app I'm on, like as I'm scrolling through like YouTube shorts. The one scene that always pops up is him like walking in and freaking out and breaking the laptop and saying, "You better lawyer up." He's so good in that movie.
Like
the dialogue throughout the entire movie and the narration in between, like it's a great movie.
that scene itself might be in like the top 10 scenes across our top 40 movies. You know what I mean? Like it's such a good scene.
When I was going over this list with Nicole, and she's like, "Social Network, really?" And I said the same thing, where like it's so quotable, and it was immediately just like, "I'm sorry, my Prada's at the cleaner along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip flops, you pretentious douchebag." Like, yeah, he's incredible in it. That's part of my apprehension about the sequel as well, is that like I feel like I'll miss Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield. It would be really cool to see some of them return. But again, the cast for the new one looks great. I'm very hopeful, cautiously optimistic about that one. But
So have you seen the show Newsroom?
Yes. I know that's also Aaron Sorkin. And that's fantastic. I love Newsroom.
He has a vibe. He has a very distinctive vibe that he knows what to do. So Wyatt, me and Liz and Riker and Remy, we have a text thread, and most of the things in it are the names of movies that we need to all watch together. That like I'll think of it and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, Riker hasn't seen that.
Is that open right now?
Nice. Social Network is now on that list. Like I just sent it to the text, and then Liz was like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's the movie," and she's like, "Oh yeah." This is one that I feel like it doesn't matter how old you are. Like it's just it's so captivating. And the non-linear storytelling is done so fucking well that by the end of it, when you find out what's going on, and he says, how much were his shares diluted? 0. How much were his? 0. How much were yours diluted down to? 0.031%. Like it's just it's so good. What a banger of a moment.
They do that
builds the whole time.
They do that throughout the middle of the movie too, when he's just like, "Oh, well, I worked with Eduardo because I wanted to work with my best friend," and the other lawyer's like, "Your best friend is currently suing you for $30 million." So he's like, and that
and then you're like, what?
You're like, oh wow, this is gonna go off the rails. And again, like the score, not to harp on that stuff too much, but like it's so perfect for that. It is like this constant tension throughout with fun like electronic stuff as they're like building Facebook, and it fits so well with everything that it does. Like the mesh of Aaron Sorkin's writing, David Fincher's directing, and that music is like such a perfect combination, which is what my apprehension is for the sequel. You know, like it the magic of that movie really is, I feel like, those 3 parts of it.
Yeah. All right. Number 7. Why? What year did Akira come out?
88.
Okay, so I might have the oldest movie on the list by the end of the day, because this is going to take this is going to take the spot for the oldest, coming in at 1985. And I swear, not all of my movies are comedies. But
I know what it is. I know what it is.
I know what it is.
I don't know if you do.
I think I do. Is it Tom Hanks?
No. This is
Clue. That's what I was gonna say, TJ.
Clue.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Dude, can I
cut it out? It's not that good. It is not that good.
Ryan, I made Bill.
You haven't seen it, Ryan?
No.
Ryan,
I want to watch this one with you.
I made Bill, Liz, and Amanda watch this like a year ago, and they were mad at me. Mad at me.
I love.
Let them know, Ryan. Let them
know. We were. I was like, this is stupid. This is so much dumber than I like. It has moments that are fucking hilarious, but most of it is like just like it's that slapstick that doesn't work for me.
I'm so glad you have this on the list.
It is the slapstick that does work for me. It is just
It's smart.
it's just putting all these great performers in a house and letting them just go to town. Obviously based off of a board game, which is stupid enough as it is, but like they
That's
do it.
why it's on your fucking list,
It's
Ryan.
not. It's not. That's just icing. That's just the
Feels
icing.
like I figured it out.
Oh my god, it's so funny. And doing the behind the scenes of it, that they released this movie in theaters with different endings across different theaters, and everybody would walk out and not know and talk to their friend, and they got a different ending of who the killer was. Brilliant. It's so fun. It's just, again, endlessly quotable. I really enjoyed this movie. Why this would be a really great one to do, like a virtual date night. Everybody make some drinks and let's all start it at the same time and
Open up
watch it.
StreamYard on the laptop, just off to the side.
Yep.
100%. I'm down.
Yeah, it's that kind of movie. It's fun. So, yeah.
There's one part that we always, even Bill will quote from this movie. Having not have even seen the movie, we would quote it. It's so funny. Also, if there's anybody in here, look out!
Yeah, that's one of the moments where like I'll actually like hyperventilate laughing, but that does not make it, in my opinion, like
Flames.
a good movie.
No,
also okay.
The secret passageways. It's just a fun movie. Yeah. It's just fun. Even if the comedy doesn't always hit, the comedy that does makes up for it, and just the entertainment factor. It's just one of those turn your brain off and it's just a whodunit. You know what I mean? I love whodunits. I would put Knives Out on here. I probably should have put it on my honorable mentions.
That was another one for me. Yeah, that I want to put on the list, but didn't quite make it.
This is the reason I like whodunits. Like growing up and watching this movie. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's 7.
So, this movie I also saw when I was far too young. It has the best CG in it, even still. It came out in 1997. Find me a better example of good CG that holds the test of time. I would say that it's on par with Jurassic Park in terms of CG.
I was gonna say Jurassic Park.
97.
Starship Troopers. Paul Verhoeven also directed RoboCop. Fucking directed.
Clarify that you're joking.
Total Recall. Guys, listen. Ryan, have you ever seen Starship Troopers?
It probably around the same time as I saw Blast from the Past.
It is such a good movie.
A long time ago.
It is like satirical, but it's also like the fucking action in it is ridiculous. It is super fun. You have to be 12 years old to like it. It shows boobies.
You're not.
I think they may have been the first boobies that I saw. I fucking love this movie, and the CG still holds up. Like TJ, can you even argue that the CG is incredible?
Yes,
incredible.
I can argue it. I just don't think it doesn't look right to me. It doesn't. It looks like AI. Where it's like that thing where it's like
too real. It looks too real.
Like AI looks
like a Matrix.
But when you're looking at something that's AI, you know what I mean? It just doesn't look right. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's not about the CG. I just you're a big part of the reason why I hate that movie.
That's probably why, and I don't like it. I want you to like it, TJ. There's no reason why you fucking.
Will.
There's
I don't
no
know
reason
the answer.
why you have TMNT on here.
Yeah,
but you don't like Starship Troopers.
Don't you dare!
Starship Troopers is one of those movies that when I think of Starship Troopers, I for some reason also think of Tremors. Like maybe I just watched them around the same time. In that, like when I watched them as a kid, I was just 100% locked in of like, this is incredible. And then coming back to either of those movies as an adult, you kind of see the campiness or the parts of it that are a little less serious than maybe I took it as a kid. And I kind of just appreciate it in a different way. But yeah, when we went to Chicago not that long ago, we had put it on in the Airbnb because Nicole had never seen it. And we were all watching it together. And it was one of those things where it was really late and we all went to bed. But the next day, Nicole was like, we should put on Starship Troopers. I want to finish it. Like, I want to see how that movie ends. I was like, okay. Like, that was good enough that you wanted to keep watching it, which is rare for that type of movie for Nicole, I would say. So,
yeah.
I think it was definitely one of those movies because I wasn't allowed to watch, rated R movies as a kid or anything like that. I think I thought of it as a more serious movie and I didn't understand that it was campy. So I think I thought of it as a horror movie or a scary movie, and was like definitely not something that I would watch. So
yeah. All right, TJ, number 7.
So this next one I struggled with a little bit because a small part of me makes me feel like it should be a little bit higher on my list, but I'm happy with where it is. Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
Hocus Pocus is a movie that I feel confident that I could literally quote from beginning to end. You will not enjoy watching this with me because I'm going to just recite it. I mean, Bette Midler is incredible in this movie. Like, what unique characters in this movie. It's so good. I mean, if it's on TV around Halloween, you're watching it. You're gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Every scene is so good. Like, I just love it. I don't really have much to say about it. I just love it.
It's a quintessential Halloween movie. Like it may be the best like recommended just Halloween
holiday movie. I struggled because there were certain holiday movies that I'm like, man, this could probably be up there, but because it's a holiday movie and I'm only going to feel like I can watch it once a year, it doesn't quite.
I'm not going to watch
into
this
it
in June. Yeah, exactly.
I can count on one hand how many times in my life I have felt like I was walking in an area that was like the town from Hocus Pocus. And when it happens, everyone stops. You're like, guys, is it happening? It feels like we're in Hocus Pocus right now. Like it's so weird when it happens, but it's so fucking awesome. That happens with Casper too sometimes. I don't know why, but
Casper and Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus it is
vibes.
the best Halloween town. In any movie ever.
Yeah.
Also an amazing score.
True. All right. My number 7, Everything Everywhere.
Oh, wow.
All at Once.
That's our first movie that won the Oscar, I think. Best movie of the year.
Best picture, best supporting.
That was one that, like, I think when it came out, Nicole had gone out of town and was visiting her sister. I went to go see it by myself. And then when I like called her later that night, we were talking, I was like, normally I spoil movies for Nicole if I know that she's not really interested in it and it's something that I'm just going to go watch. And I was immediately just like, I don't want to tell you about it because I want, like, you will love this movie. We should go to the theater to see it. And I still think is not quite as high on it as I am, but man, it's just one of those movies that I feel like it actually uses the concept of a multiverse really well and really creatively, which is rare these days in a time that we're like very tired of that concept. But it's just so full of like heart and like makes you think about your life, like very similarly in a way, like we were talking to The Secret Life of Walter Mitty or those types of movies that like you walk out of the movie and I'm like looking around and I feel like I'm different than I was when I went into the movie. And I'm just like thinking about things differently than I was before. And every time I've gone back to watch that movie, like it gives me a similar feeling in some way. And like performances are so great. It's also just like for being one of those movies that like makes you think about your life. It's also just kind of very silly and fun. And the fact that it like manages to balance both those, I love it. It's fantastic.
There's only one thing about that movie that keeps it out of like my top 10 and like stops me from rewatching it. I do think that it like overstays its welcome just a little bit, like towards the end. Towards the end, when the whole tone is like, no, you have to, don't walk that way, like come towards me and be yourself. Like it just goes on a little bit too long, but fuck man, I made Riker watch it. And like I was like, sit down and fucking learn something about how you can take a stupid thing and turn it into like the best movie that you'll see this year. It deserves to be on this list.
Every now and then I'll just see the clip of him doing the, in another life. I think I would have really liked doing laundry and taxes with you. And it like just destroys me immediately.
Doesn't
like
it,
I
dude?
get chills and start crying at the same time. It's so
the fucking rocks, dude. The boulders when they're sitting there. And all of a sudden, it's just text, and I'm like, "What is? This is amazing. This is amazing. That's
another part of that movie that I associate so much with the theater experience too, because that moment where there's no music and there's no dialogue, and it's just the sound of the wind and the text popping up, and you just hear the audience be like, what the fuck? Like, and start giggling, like how weird this suddenly got. And then we all are laughing together because of how weird it was. Like that I think ties into my love of that movie too, is because that scene makes me think of the sort of communal theater experience in a way that you wouldn't really expect with an Avengers Endgame, portal scene or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely need to see it again. I saw it the one time in theaters, and you're right, it was that kind of experience. And so much of the viewing experience for the first time is figuring it out and like
Yeah.
what is happening. You can't predict what's going to happen next, and then by the
Totally.
end, it's just emotion. So I'd love to see it again, and that's definitely one that I got to revisit
Yep.
because it is definitely my kind of gem. Yeah.
All right, number
Uh,
sixes. We need to go through our sixes now, starting with Ryan.
Yeah, speaking of movies that get weird, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah,
I knew it was somewhere. I knew it was somewhere.
Man.
Gotta get Edgar Wright. Gotta get Edgar
Yep.
Wright on here. Just visually exciting. If just to put it simply, it's just
Unique.
the way they adapted this because the original the story, the manga or whatever is hilarious, but the way they adapted it was great. It's so funny. The cameos, everything about it. The soundtrack is incredible.
yeah.
It's just one of those things that really captures a younger generation really well, as far as the little Zelda sound effects that happen throughout it, and it's just like watching a video game play through in just a really fun way.
Once
Yeah.
you were a vegan, but now you will be gone.
Yeah,
She Dust
I was him
is
for
the
Halloween.
one that I quote.
Yeah,
the
I was
most.
I was him for fucking
Yeah,
Halloween. Not Scott
that's
Pilgrim,
right.
the
Yeah.
number 3 boyfriend.
yeah.
Man.
And again, you can see that evolution of like smart, witty comedy that has a purpose, like
Yeah.
Ace Ventura. You know what I mean? Like
And like
carrying through
the
to
fact that it's very unafraid to like lean into the references to video game stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we get so much media nowadays that like is, oh, we're doing a video game thing in a movie or a TV show, and you can tell that it's like the corporate boardroom interpretation of what a video game thing should be. And this is so not that. This is like, let's put the Zelda sound in. Let's have him break into the coins as he dies. You know what I mean? Like stuff that you can tell is coming from a very authentic place of, you know,
authentic
they
is a good
care
way
about the kind of stuff that they're referencing. Yeah.
It's actually
So good.
hilarious.
I would go as far as to say, like,
So good. It's so good.
I think
Just
when it
say
comes
any quote and
to-
I'll start laughing. Go ahead.
I
Jim.
think when it comes to directorial genius, I really think that he's like the best director. Like
Yeah.
I would put him like what I think
Baby
of, like,
Driver was
especially
on my
comedic-
honorable mention for a bit.
What is it?
Baby Driver was on
Driver?
my
Oh my
honorable
God.
mention.
Yeah.
When I think of,
Shaun
like,
of the
Scott
Dead was on
Pilgrim-
my
That's in my top 20. But when I think of like directorial like genius, especially in a comedy, I think of him jumping through the window. Just like quick shots
Yes,
like that are
yes,
just so
yeah.
smart.
I
It's
love
so
that.
smart. Edgar Wright
love
is probably the best. I mean, Christopher Nolan, you have like, but it's a certain style.
Yep.
he has
I
a
mean,
I feel
he
like
has a
there's more
very
genius in
distinct
what he's
voice
doing when it comes
that,
to
like,
transitions. Like Edgar Wright has it, I think, over everybody.
I think Christopher Nolan's very much like Denis Villeneuve, whatever his name is, and that like they're really good at like capturing like this thing that's happening, like
is a
this
motion
thing,
picture.
you know what I mean? This thing right here. Whereas Edgar Wright does not waste a shot. Not one shot is wasted. Watch any Edgar Wright movie, and every time the camera is on something, it's doing something intentional. Whether it's a snap zoom, or if it's fucking the guy jumping out Scott jumping out the window, or Baby Driver, the whole fucking everything is to music.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright, I feel like what he does is so hard, but
And
he makes
so much
it look
of that
so
gets
easy.
underappreciated. The little
Yeah.
things that you miss, like the amount of the YouTube videos or TikToks or whatever that go through, like, did you know that this happens and this, and it connects all the little things that you would miss in the background of an Edgar Wright movie? It's brilliant.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I was super let down with The Running Man. And you could tell that Edgar Wright, like, really wanted to adapt, like, the Stephen King book, like, and stay close to it. Because I'm like, you're trying. There's a couple things in here that are very you, but it's not you. Like, you didn't write it.
He didn't go full you.
He didn't go full you on it. Yeah. So, shit, it's my turn.
6.
Ready for my
Bill
6?
turn. Bill 6.
We're getting into the territory where I feel like it's super unoriginal. Super unoriginal.
Yeah, we're getting there, Bill. Yep, same.
Best sequel of all time. Best action movie of all time. Best character development of all time. Best fucking twist hero villain of all time. Fucking Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Good job, Wyatt. Wyatt typed it out before you even said it.
Guys,
Even just the first 2 bullet points: best sequel of all time, best action movie of all time. I was like, it has to be.
It's a no fucking brainer. It doesn't matter how many times I see it. I'll cry. I'll laugh. I'll fucking quote. This is the movie you don't want to watch with me because I'll just
She's
be
gonna
like,
blow him away.
yeah. Just the thing that I love the most about it is James Cameron does women like protagonists really well. Like, I think he just does protagonists really well. He does heroes really, really fucking well. He just gets it. The difference between, and I borderline don't like Terminator. Like, I think that it is boring. I think that it is so dated. And I think Terminator 2 Judgment Day is timeless. But the difference between Sarah Connor in Terminator to Terminator 2 is the most interesting character development arc in any movie, and it has yet to be topped. Like, she is such a fucking awesome character compared to who she was in the first movie. I fucking love that about that movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on, TJ.
Yeah, this is another one that's very much like Back to the Future for me that didn't make my list, but is one of the ones that, like, I could argue should be number 1 on my list because it is like a perfect movie. Like, there's nothing I would get rid of from that movie because everything makes it what it is, which is just like, yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just like you're exactly what you said. I just don't have that personal connection with it that puts it on my top 10, but it is a
Did you know that the deleted scene where John takes out the chip and turns on the learning, like his ability to learn being away from Skynet, is not in the theatrical movie? And him saying, I now understand why you cry, and he wipes John's tear away, and like the fact that he's learning throughout the movie and John's teaching him, that scene's not in the fucking movie. I don't know why it didn't include it, because it's the whole point of him being like an AI and like learning and being separate from Skynet. So good. I'm so mad that scene's not in it.
That movie is so good that it has kept the Terminator franchise alive, and they have tried to capture that feeling. And I will say, Bill, did you never watch Terminator Zero, the Netflix show? Did you?
I did. I watched how many episodes did I watch?
Like 3 episodes.
I watched 3.
I watched the season as a whole. When I'm ranking the Terminator franchise, nothing will ever touch Terminator 2. Terminator Zero is second on that list.
1000%.
Me and Riker liked it. We liked it, but then it got kind of boring. Like when they're in the mall.
But
like,
there's a point.
Like,
there's a point you need to get to
like,
where it changes. It switches.
It's worth it.
A massive switch. A massive switch.
I'll finish it.
All right, TJ, you're number 6.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
So my list so far is a Goofy movie, Ninja Turtles, Harry Potter, and Hocus Pocus. I need to put an adult movie on this list.
Let's get serious. Aladdin.
And
the live action Aladdin.
I'm gonna say, shame on you, Bill, for having this as an honorable mention. Melvin Udall, I could argue, is one of the most iconic characters in cinematic history. As Good as It Gets. Yeah, As Good as It Gets is by far one of my favorite movies. Anytime it's on TV, I sit and I fucking focus on it. I have to watch it from beginning to end.
Right. I just fucking quoted it last night at the bar, and I was like, "I'll tell your waiter."
Yep.
It's so good. It's so like Melvin Udall is such an asshole throughout the whole movie, but it's funny. There's so many like quotable lines that he says. Like I use his, like anytime like I have an opportunity to use a GIF from this movie, like I always send it. Like it's just he's such a dick, but it's so good. And it's another one of those movies that like it's heartfelt in moments. It's hilarious in other moments. It's just, I mean, Helen Hunt is incredible in this movie. Yeah,
you see her butt crack. You see her butt crack, and it's
so good.
Me.
It is so good.
This goes in the category for me that is like I watched this when I was very young.
Gotta watch it.
It's been years since I've seen it, and it would be a fun one to go back to appreciate.
This is a really I hate talking like this, but it is a very powerful movie. Like it is important. It is Greg Kinnear in it is fantastic. TJ, the cast is just like stupid good, man. He's so good. And again, I love character development done well that doesn't feel forced, where the character's still who he is from the beginning of the movie, but is like legitimately changed. Yeah, dude. Melvin Udall, he's, oh my God. When Greg Kinnear
the dog
like,
Verdell,
dude, yeah, Verdell, when he lets him into his house, like he
Yeah.
didn't want anything to do with this guy, and he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna stay with me for a little bit, and then fucking Greg Kinnear's like, I love you, and he's like, tell you what, man, if that did it for me, I'd be the luckiest guy in the world. And this is the same guy that didn't want anything to do with him, and he's like racist and homophobic, and he's like, it's so fucking good, TJ, it's so fucking good. Thank you so much for putting it on the list, because it hurt to put it in my to put it in my
it needed to be there.
Before I go on to my number 6, because you reminded me of it, a thing I'll talk about on the Other Stuff show. Greg Kinnear was in the show Margot's Got Money Troubles that's on Apple. It's Greg Kinnear, Elle Fanning, Nick Offerman, Michelle Pfeiffer. Fantastic show.
Katie and I were going to start that, I think.
It's really, really good. I loved it. My number 6 is another one that I think maybe none of us have seen. If you guys have seen it, I don't know that anyone has told me. It is a movie called Sing Sing. That is another newer one that came out just a couple of years ago. That is, oh my God, I'm blanking on the actor's name, who's the lead actor in it. He is the voice of Norman
right now.
New Spider-Man.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. He's fantastic. I really love him
he's
in
great.
Everything I've seen him in. It is about the Sing Sing Penitentiary, but it's about the rehabilitation through the arts program that is at that prison. And it is a movie about, like, as corny as this sounds, and again, like, I love making music, I love making art and being creative in any way. Sing Sing is a movie about the healing power of art and how art can help you grow as a person, and through the act of creating things with other people, you can become a better person, and you can heal things inside of yourself in the most like heartfelt way, to the point where, like, when I first watched it, I saw I was getting nominated for things, and it was just some random like Sunday night that I put it on and was watching it by myself after Grace and Nicole had gone to bed, and like just cried my eyes out by the end. Like, it was such, like, it affected me so much that, again, I've gone back to it and like just revisited it, because it's one of those ones that not only makes you think about yourself, but like makes you think about like art and creating, and like that's such a core part of who I am, that it just spoke to me in such a specific way that it's fantastic. Love it. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it.
Definitely gonna watch it. Yeah, that sounds like something Katie
When
and
did
I.
that come out? Like the last 5 years?
2024. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I think it did come out like late 2023, like in a limited release, but then it was 2024, I think, when it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those ones that, like, you know, we watch a lot of new movies as they're coming out, and a lot of them like happen and then they pass you by. And this is one that, like, since seeing it, whenever I think of like what are my favorite movies and my favorite experiences watching a movie, this one pops back up into my head.
Nice.
Top 5.
There you go. Top 5.
Here's where it gets spicy.
I will say, like, looking at each of our like 6 through 10s, it is very us. Like, it is that is such a Ryan list. That is such a TJ list. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
I'm only surprised that Starship Troopers is as low as it is.
As low as it is. Yeah.
Like,
It hurt.
I would expect that to be a top 3, but
It did hurt. Man, my top 5 movies mean so much to me, though. Like,
I'm excited. Same. All right, Ryan, hit us with your number 5.
TJ thought it was earlier, but now it's here. 1986, Tom Hanks, classic comedy, The Money Pit.
there it is.
It's so random.
I always think
This
of
is probably the
Family
most random.
Guy.
I don't know what it is. It's the fact that I grew up watching it and it was hilarious. And then you grow up and then you are, you know, owning a house or fixing a house, and you're dealing with it from another perspective. And then suddenly it's just it's a very comfort movie. It is the thing we put on all the time. And it's the perfect length too. It's probably like a little over an hour. It's so easy to watch. Shelley Long is amazing in it. The soundtrack is really great. It just feels timeless, and it's so fun. It's really, really fun.
I always think of Family Guy because they're stuck in like a safe that's like filling with water or something like that.
Yeah.
And Lois is like, "How could you not like The Godfather?" And Peter goes, "I like The Money Pit." That is my answer to that question. You know what's funny? I still have not seen it.
Is that true?
Oh, TJ.
Really?
I haven't
TJ.
seen it.
Wait,
It's
Bill, do
one
you
that
like it?
I've never seen
I
it.
fucking love. You made me watch it, and it is
Oh,
very
that's
good.
right.
You made me
Dude.
watch it, and then I came home, and then like a week later, I made Liz watch it because I knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wyatt, I'm very excited. This kind of falls in that category of Clue. I wish I could watch it with you guys, but like
Oh yeah.
you and Nicole
Yeah.
sit down one night, watch
Yeah.
it, and just like if you're in the mood for that kind of like 80s comedy,
Yeah.
man, it's just we quote this so much.
Ryan.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
Just
I'm excited to have
this is so weird that these movies just keep coming up. But last night, me and Liz watched on YouTube, like a 90s movie quiz. You know what I mean? Where it like
Mhm.
shows a scene and it's like what it is. And one of the movies was Mouse Hunt with.
Okay.
Have you seen Mouse Hunt?
Yeah. Long time
And
ago.
she was like, "That's like a modern day Money Pit." And I'm like, Liz, Mouse Hunt came out like 30 years ago. It is the opposite of modern day, and it came out like 10 years after the Money
After
Pit.
Money
did.
Pit. Yeah.
Yeah, but so good.
Man.
All right, number 5. Where is that? What we're at?
Yeah. Top 5.
Okay, TJ. Here we go.
Oh boy, are you going to say
This
one of mine?
encompasses every one of his movies, though, because I had pretty much every single one of Michael Keaton's movies were on my gigantic list, and this one, nope, not that one.
No, come on.
Bat-
you already.
Batman 1989.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I mean,
it.
fucking
Yeah.
Prince soundtrack, like, oh my god, the toys, I was Batman from like age 3 to probably age like 35
Yeah.
because of Michael Keaton, and he's still my Batman, and I still think that The Flash is a redeemable movie because Michael Keaton's Batman is in it, and it is so fucking good. But yeah, this movie could be number 1.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't watch it enough, but it definitely deserves to be, I think, right there, right at 5.
It's funny, not to get ahead of ourselves, because we do have the other stuff show next week. But before you guys logged on, as we were getting prepared to do this show, Wyatt and I were talking, because I am currently in the middle of Batman Lego, and I just got past the part with
Don't.
With,
I haven't touched it. I haven't played it.
but you know it's a parody of all things Batman, right?
Yeah.
Anything Batman. But they did the paint scene. Oh, hail, new king in town. They did it so good. So so that's literally fresh in my mind because I did that right before walking on. But yeah, there's so many iconic Jack Nicholson moments in that movie that it's up there.
This town needs an enema. It's too good.
Yeah, like I said, I think this movie and the Ninja Turtles from the 90s definitely were like the two pillars of just movies that me and my brother would constantly put on and collect all the toys. And yeah, it's just that era of Batman. Like it started with that and Returns, and then the Schumacher era as well. Like that is like my childhood Batman very much, Yeah.
Not so much if you just kind of like, not squint and not look at Wyatt's list. Guys, we're old. These are all like 80s and 90s movies. Like, if anything, this is really pointing something out.
Yeah.
It's because
like how you're like, all of our
list powerful. Nostalgia's powerful,
I swear I got some new stuff coming up.
Here's the thing. There are a ton of new movies that I put on like my overall list, but what am I going to save from the fire? You know what I mean? What am I going to put in a spaceship and bring to the New Eden and stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, TJ.
All right, my
Top
number
5.
5. If you've ever seen any of our other stuff shows before, you know that I and Bill as well are gigantic Mike Flanagan fans. My number 5 is Dr. Sleep. I think it's such a great horror movie. It is a horror. I don't know if I would necessarily categorize it as that. It's just great.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Just like the weird directing of like the flying, her being straight up and like inserting herself into the bedroom. Like how like it's a sequel to The Shining, but isn't really at all until like the very end, maybe you could say. But it's like a completely different, brand new story within the world of The Shining. And it's so smart and just great.
I don't think that it's I mean it is actually a sequel to The Shining, but it's more of like it expounds on everything. Like The Shine in the movie The Shining is such a small part of it, where this like explains why the ghosts are even after Danny in the fucking hotel, and like what the ghosts are, and why the hotel's so bad. And Dr. Sleep was also on my list, my master list, TJ, and it was hard not to put it anywhere.
I think
Doctor.
You go, TJ.
I think Dr. Sleep has. I'm going to go as far as to say definitively the most uncomfortable scene I've seen in any movie. I'll just say that. For people that haven't watched it, you will know.
Yeah.
The actors and actresses talking about having to film that scene, they're like one of them like couldn't stop crying. Like they had to do many takes because they couldn't stop reacting to it. And you'll know if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
In the way that Bill was talking about how it kind of builds on the universe and expands it more, I think of Dr. Sleep almost in the same way I think of like Blade Runner 2049, where like it kind of makes me like the original that it's a legacy sequel of more sort of retroactively, because it makes it more like it makes the world a little bit more interesting that first one takes place in. So great pick.
And you don't have to make any stretches to make it work. Like if you watch The Shining after watching Dr. Sleep and think of all the rules that he established in Dr. Sleep and how it works, it still works. You don't have to make any leaps of logic. It's so well like synergized with it.
Yeah.
Good pick, TJ. Proud of you.
Yeah.
My number 5, is it possibly the first Christopher Nolan film on the list? Now that I've said that, what am I about to type? What do you guys think?
God.
Interstellar.
Prestige.
Yeah.
The Prestige.
I'm proud of you too.
That
is better than Interstellar. I thought you just
again,
put Interstellar because it's space.
On this list, there were a few different Nolan movies that were jumping in and out of the list. The Dark Knight's in my honorable mentions, I think. It was like possibly floating around this list. But yeah, The Prestige is my favorite Nolan movie, I think, so far. Like I think there are elements in Inception, in Interstellar, in even like Oppenheimer that are better than The Prestige, but there are also elements of all of those movies that I'm not that crazy about, that I don't love as much as just The Prestige as a whole. Like that is one of those movies that I feel like you could show to anybody and it will blow their minds. Like it was not that long ago, right, Bill, that you showed Riker for the first time. You were texting us all about how like it just like blew his mind and was such an incredible experience. Like it has not, to me at least, I haven't watched it in a little while, but like it doesn't feel like it's aged at all. The performances are so good throughout it. Like it's probably my favorite of like Hugh Jackman's performances. Yeah, it's incredible. It's my favorite Nolan movie, so it makes the top 5.
The Prestige. Go ahead, Bill.
I was just gonna say Riker's seen pretty much every movie that I've ever seen. Like, I'd say at least 75%. Like I have to show him. And hands down, anytime you ask him what his favorite movie is, without question, he says The Prestige. I have never seen this kid's mind blow. I've never seen anybody react to the fucking ending of that movie the way that I saw. Riker couldn't even speak. He like for a day, like he just couldn't. He was like, I didn't know movies could be like that. I didn't know movies could be that good.
Yeah,
that was his reaction.
The Prestige is my number 3.
Nice.
I love this movie. It is like, I mean, it's dueling magicians, and then they have the gall to end it like that. Like it is one of those movies. Like I love, movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like I love, subliminal mindfuck movies that make you think. And most of the time you see those movies and then afterwards it's like, wow, that was a lot. When this movie ends, you immediately want to watch it again. You're excited to watch it again because you now know the trick. You know the trick. You're inside. Like the way they handle magic and magicians and tell that story. God, the performances, it's incredible. It is an incredible movie. I love this movie.
Maybe the best Michael Caine performance too, right? Yeah. Like him starting off with the narration explaining the different parts of the magic trick. Like, it's incredible. It's such a, it's brilliant.
Yeah. And Michael Caine, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was like on Hugh Jackman's side, like wasn't
Oh.
he? And then switching,
Dude,
That's
like,
part of
being
it
in
too,
this-
is that like there isn't it throughout it. You kind of bounce back and forth between like who is really a villain here, and is
Yeah.
somebody crossing a line and doing the wrong thing, and like that sort of changes
You
throughout
keep-
the movie.
yep.
You know what I mean?
I think it was Liz who was like, she said something, and I'm like, no, that's not right. And then I started thinking about, I'm like, is that fucking right? That Hugh Jackman's character, the rich guy that spoke with like an accent, like that's
Mhm.
the real him, and he was playing a character the whole time of like being like a penniless guy. Like, she watch it again, because by the end of it, when he's like super rich and like everything like
Yeah.
that, like I feel like she said, if you watch it, he's always had money, and he's always been like acting to be the penniless guy that's like
Interesting.
wants to make it.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Like when she said it, I'm like, I think you're fucking right about that.
Yeah. I love that movie. It is. I think it is Christopher Nolan's best.
Yeah.
Jonathan Nolan wrote it
Yep.
too, I believe.
Yep.
Maybe the Odyssey will top it. Who knows?
Oh. But my number 4 is the most recent addition over many, many years to this list, and it is Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
God, like we already talked about, we've brought it up multiple times, whether it was an honorable mention or relating it to Dr. Sleep and how to do a sequel when in a way that kind of builds off of the original, where you don't really need to know much about the original, but the way they kind of do it fits so well. From the moment you see Batista in that opening scene, you're completely captivated. It is visually one of the best movies I've ever seen. Maybe only topped by other Denis Villeneuve movies, you know what I mean, especially Dune. But man, the aesthetic of this movie, Ryan Gosling needed a slot on this list. Ana de Armas, it's just such a great movie. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
That right there. Blade Runner 2049 crossed out for Batman. I literally, dude, it was right there. It was right there for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I mean, obviously it was on my list for a very long time. Dude, do you remember we saw that shit in IMAX? And the movie started with that chainsaw, and we were like, what the fuck is going on right now? This is we're in for it. I think I had it on.
There's not a dull moment. Even the long, drawn out, like slow scenes just like have this like weight to them that that feels like everything is.
I had it on 2 days ago or yesterday or something, and it was just the intro, just because I wanted to listen to the noise of Dave Bautista taking the helmet off, like the Darth Vader-y, all the noise, the sound editing in that movie is almost what makes it. It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was one that was floating around my list, my honorable mentions. I think it is one of the ones that, like you said, Ryan, sometimes some of the scenes are very like heavy and a little slower paced, that it's one of the ones that like I've gone back to, and I've put that movie on so many times since it's come out, but I don't always finish it because sometimes I have to be in the right mood for it and be ready to like really sit with it and let those slower paced scenes like play out and get me more hooked. So that was what bumped it for me. But everything that you said, it's one of the most visually like beautiful movies that we've gotten in the past several years.
Blade Runner 2049 and Spider-Verse are the movies that are like, I got this. Oh, I got a new OLED TV. You know what I mean? You want to like make sure all the lights are off and show like this visual, Yeah.
I do have like, it is weird, Wyatt, because it is a pacing thing for me as well. It's when Harrison Ford gets reintroduced into it where it kind of like changes for me.
Yeah.
But then he also adds like him talking about needing to let his kid go to protect her, and like how much he loved what's her face, and the part with where she comes. It's so great. It is so great. But the pacing there is a little weird, but
Denis Villeneuve, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. All right.
Number four.
Guys, it's all unoriginal from here on out. This is,
Yeah.
let's just say it's the best movie ever made. By the best director in the history of time. It's Jurassic Park,
Jurassic
number
Park.
one.
Yeah.
What else can you say about it if you haven't seen Jurassic Park? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know it is. This was the example I kept wanting to use whenever Wyatt would say Back to the Future. It's like or Jurassic Park because it is just a perfect movie.
How can it not be on my list though? Like, I could have done that. You know what I mean? And that's what I had a hard time with. I'm like, do I want to put like Blade Runner 2049 on here? Do I want to put like Serendipity on here instead of Jurassic Park? But even just be like, hey guys, Jurassic Park is actually on my list. I just wanted to do it right. You know what I mean? And this is absolutely one of the movies that I would save to show my grandkids and like generations of people after the fact. It's just so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It's so the score.
Bum, 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 bum,
You know how many times guys, how many times are you walking in the woods and you're just like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
and you see a fucking hill that looks majestic and you just come on. Jurassic Park. Sorry for the boring list now.
John Williams, man. No,
it is what it is.
It needs representation here, and I'm glad that the ones like that I maybe left off for those reasons are still getting represented here.
I think that without T2 and Jurassic Park, I would have challenged you. That wouldn't have been a Bill list if you didn't have those two movies on the list.
Yeah. All right, TJ.
TJ, your turn.
What is my number 4? Oh, okay. Well, we're in the talk of Christopher Nolan. And Bill already said his Batman movie, so I will go with Batman Nope.
Oh,
Batman Begins.
I love this game. Why it's playing?
Where I start taping before you actually reveal.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight is a perfect Joker movie, but Batman Begins is a perfect Batman movie. Not only that, but I remember when this got re-released into theaters, Ryan and I went and saw Begins. And I remember we walked out, like having seen it a million times and walking out and being like we forgot how good of a directing job that was and how smart it is, how it jumps timelines and keeps going back to his origin and then back to present day and then back to his teenage years and then back to present day. And I think the dialogue in Begins is better than anything in Dark Knight or Rises. Just how they talk to each other is just so smart. Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow obviously is just genius. His take on Scarecrow was incredible. The twist of Ra's al Ghul at the end, incredible. It's just he is the most Batman in this movie. I know I just talked about this on the Hot Ones episode that we just recently did, but he is the most Batman in this movie, where when he's fighting, you can't see him. The camera is sporadic. You're seeing it from the perspective of the enemy and not Batman himself. It's a perfect Batman movie from beginning to end. It's just great. I did struggle with this being like Batman Begins versus Batman Returns, which was probably my childhood favorite. But yeah, I just think that this is a perfect Batman movie, so that's why I went with this one.
Nice.
It is really incredible, and I feel like it does get slept on because of it being before The Dark Knight.
Yep, it gets better the more time that passes. Yeah.
All right, my number 4, in line with Ryan's number 4 being a Denis Villeneuve movie. Arrival is my number 4.
What? Time travel, bro.
Arrival is probably the best use of time travel I've seen in a movie. It's such a cool, just sci-fi movie about meeting aliens and and extraterrestrials coming to Earth and how that could play out. But on top of that, it is about language and it's about communication. And I had watched this, I think, when it had first come out, and it was one of those movies, much like I was talking about with Blade Runner 2049. I have to be in the right mood to kind of watch a movie that's going to be a little more slower paced, going to be a little bit heavier. And I remember putting it on when it first came out, and I maybe got through the first hour or so and got distracted and didn't finish it. And then it was not that long ago, a couple of years ago, that I had I think when Dune was coming out, we're starting to get into, or even just Blade Runner and starting to recognize Denis Villeneuve. I think I went back and watched Prisoners and Sicario and all that, and watched Arrival again. And the way that it views the sci-fi stuff and the time travel stuff even through the lens of language, the day after I watched that and like had such a connection to it, I went to like a training for work that was about like teaching language and the importance of language, and it like stuck with me throughout the rest of the day. And like, yeah, man, like this stuff, it is important. It shapes how we connect with other people. It shapes how we think about things. Like it's such a unique concept, and it's done so well. Jeremy Renner, I'm usually not really a big fan of either. He's fantastic in this movie. Like Amy Adams is so good. Like
Yeah.
and like we've said with the Blade Runner conversation, with the Dune comments earlier, like Denis Villeneuve just like captures like scale and emotion with very little too. Like it almost feels like a very minimalist, like in terms of design and the way that they show things. It's really, really brilliant. And even with like Dune 2, having rewatched that recently and being in love with that and Blade Runner and all that, I think Arrival is my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie.
I said, go ahead.
Watching a Denis Villeneuve movie like Arrival or Blade Runner, it's kind of like, I feel like the way that I'm watching it is the same way that I'm watching a bird on a windowsill, where I don't want to move because I don't want it to go away. So like that's the best way that I can explain it. Like when Arrival starts, you're like, all right, let's see what this is about, and then by like mid, you're just like,
You're captivated.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay. And it's not like a physical time travel thing or I'm going back in time and it's not like a Looper, like which is like a stupid comic book kind of time travel movie. This is like how do you explain time travel? But
I need to watch it again,
like
because I remember
you
walking out.
It's not about, it's how you perceive time.
Yeah.
It's not about actually traveling time. It's perceiving time, and it's like it does it in such a way that when you watch it, you're like, I fucking know how this works, and then a minute goes by and you're like, what? Wait a minute. The bird fucking flew off the windowsill. God damn it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Villeneuve like his approach. What I find so refreshing is that he takes sci-fi concepts that feel like they are done to death, and we feel like we have 1,000 examples of them, like Dune. And Dune Part 2, like obviously people can draw the comparisons to Star Wars, and I know Dune came before Star Wars and all that, but like as a movie and as a blockbuster summer big budget sci-fi movie, we should be watching that from any other director and being like, oh, they're just doing like an updated Star Wars that doesn't have lightsabers or whatever. And it's so not that at all. Like it's so unique, and it's so like pulls you in because of how like specific he is with how he executes on these sci-fi concepts, that Arrival is one of those.
I talked earlier about how like I love anything that has to do with aliens, like when I talked about Independence Day, but when I think about like what it could possibly be like if aliens actually came to Earth and was like public about it, I think of Arrival, because it wouldn't be like, it likely wouldn't be like Independence Day, you know what I mean? Like it would probably, like, we don't know, I don't know. Yeah, this movie is just genius. It's genius. It's
I don't know,
perfect.
You know how like every once in a while, you know, your phone listens or two or whatever, and you're just shown something a bunch of times for whatever reason. My phone, my algorithm across everything has been showing me Arrival for the last like 2 weeks. So it's really weird that you're bringing it up. Maybe no, but it's time to watch it again. I only saw it once in theaters. Sure. I'm very excited to watch it again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ryan revealed his number 3. That's right. Another audible that we can kind of point out, that if one of us reveals something and we have it somewhere else higher on our list, we'll reveal it at that time so that we can all just have the big, you know, we had the prestige discussion. Now we can move on to the next one. So if that happens in our top 3 here, it's possible it could continue. For now, we'll go to Bill's number 3.
Wyatt and I mentioned a movie earlier on, and you didn't respond to it, which tells me it's got to be somewhere on your list, and it's high. I'm really curious as to where it is.
I mean, I know really, but
I'll let you.
Yeah.
Go on.
All right. Again, should come as no surprise. It's a perfect movie. Does not get as much love as it deserves. I think it is now. I think it has, especially after Ted Lasso. The whole episode is like about it. It's The Iron Giant.
Oh,
It's Hug
I'm
Hogarth
surprised it's
Hughes,
a 3.
Love it.
Yeah.
Brad Bird. So I mean, this is what Brad Bird did before he did The Incredibles, before
Yeah.
he did Ratatouille, before he did Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. Harry Connick Jr. is so funny in it. Jennifer Aniston is in it. The fucking Shooter McGavin is like the best villain of all time in it. It's so funny. I cry so hard. Like, I cry as hard as Ryan cried at the end of Hill House. Like, that's how hard I cry when
No
he says
spoilers.
Superman and he flies off. I can't.
Yeah, I feel like this deserves to be your number 1. I don't know what 1 and 2 are, but like it's perfect. It is
I
perfect.
know at least one other one that's on Bill's list.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's
think I know
not
too.
anywhere
I
on my
know
top
too.
10
I
or my
think I know
honorable
too.
mentions. So, like,
Yeah.
There is a movie that if I don't know your top 2, Bill, then I'm gonna be surprised that one of them is not on the list. Like, shocked. So
Yeah.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what they are.
okay.
All right. I'm excited about this
Number
one.
3.
Okay. So this is a movie. I have a rule. This is the only movie I have a rule about. Ryan had this on in the background one time, and I asked him to turn it off because I make sure that I only watch this movie one time a year. A
Wow.
Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to overplay it. I love this movie so much, and literally every year that I watch it, I tear up in joy. I literally every time. This movie, every single scene, every scene is an iconic scene. You have like the tongue sticking to the pole, you have beating up the bully, you have the bunny pajamas, oh fudge, the Santa Claus, the Asian restaurant. Every fucking scene, everybody knows what it is. And I feel like because of TBS and Christmas Day, you either love this movie or you fucking hate this movie, but I fucking love this movie. It gives me such internal joy that I physically feel it in my chest.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much. It's such a me movie.
I grew when I was younger. My grandma lives in like downtown, not downtown Niagara Falls, but like the Love Canal, like, you know, kind of like around Old Greenwalls. You know where that is, Ryan? She lives around there. So she lives in a town that is very reminiscent of that town. And back when I was little in like the late 80s and early 90s, like it felt very much like that. And because she was stuck in the 50s. So when I watch A Christmas Story, I go back. You know what I mean? It's so perfect of a movie that it just transports you back to if you don't have anything like to associate with it, but it's
weird because as a kid, I didn't know any better, but I thought this movie was filmed when this movie takes place, you know, because it captures it so well. It doesn't feel like an 80s movie. It's like an early 80s movie, but it feels like a movie from the 60s because they capture the 60s so well. It's so weird. It's a holiday movie.
God,
I watched it so much as a kid.
It's so funny. It's such a perfect movie.
You have 2 holiday movies on here, bro.
Yeah,
I do.
That's true.
Halloween, Christmas. Do you have what else is there? You have the 2 major ones.
Harry Potter's almost a holiday movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels very Christmassy. Yeah.
My number 3 is, I'm fairly confident, again, another one that I don't think anyone else has seen. And it's another one that's not new, but it's newer to me. And it was around the same time that I watched Akira. Princess Mononoke.
Oh, wow.
This is
exactly such a Wyatt list.
This is exactly what I expected from your list, Wyatt. I can't even say the names of the movies.
Studio Ghibli movies. I never really grew up watching them, but have always appreciated from afar, just artistically what they look like, and have been one of those ones that have been like, man, I need to sit down and start watching a bunch of those because I'm sure they would be great. And some of them I've watched and I've been like, oh, they're good, they're all right. And there's ones that Nicole and her sister grew up watching that I watched recently. Like I watched Howl's Moving Castle not that long ago, and it was good, but it's not cracking this list necessarily. Princess Mononoke is a Legend of Zelda movie, guys. It is. They're playing, especially the more recent games in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. There is clearly so much that the people making Zelda right now love from this movie, and like other movies that like have come out that have similar themes. Like it's similar to Akira, where I see so much of the influence there. But man, it's such a great like story about like humans and about nature and about like letting, you know, revenge and greed take control of you. It's lovely. It's one of the ones that I think when I first started making this list, or like really trying to whittle down the list a couple of weeks ago, it was at like number 8 or 9 on the list. It was much lower on the list. And then I rewatched it a few days ago as summer vacation started. And the whole time I was just like, this movie rocks. It's so great. It's so like, and it does like, it is such a feel good experience as well. Like it is very weird and a little odd at times too. But yeah, I'm nervous about the Legend of Zelda live action movie because I just want this. I just want them to like get Studio Ghibli to essentially make Princess Mononoke, but with Zelda characters essentially, and like change the story a little, whatever. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of those ones that when I first watched it, I'm like Googling tattoo ideas for a Princess Mononoke tattoo because it just like hit that hard. Yeah, it's lovely. Everybody should watch it.
I'm excited to watch it. You sold me.
Number 2. We're in top
two. Man, so spoilers. I mean, well, TJ and Bill probably know my top 2. It's pretty easy, but I will say, after making my list, I realized all of my movies are one of 2 things: either a quotable comedy or a movie that will really make you think. And those are those are my jam. Like that's what I want. Nothing has ever given me such a headache after watching it as Memento.
Yep.
Ooh.
The first time I watched that movie, I just had to like it almost hurt. Like Prestige, it finishes and you can't wait. You want to watch it again. Memento, you just have to like
It's MEM.
process.
Oh, there you're
What's
right.
that, Bill?
I did Moment.
Oh,
He said Memento.
yeah, Memento.
Memento.
Wait, is it Memento?
Yeah, there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. The way telling a story in reverse is one thing, but then give the main character short-term amnesia. It's fascinating. You can't stop. You're paying attention to every minute because you have to. You're suddenly in his position where you're trying to live it at the same time, and you just can't wait to see what happens first because it's going back. It's such a trip. And it's so fun, and the performances are crazy. I love it. It's one of those movies that like changed how I view this kind of storytelling, and that like storytelling can be like nonlinear and can be this creative and off the wall. I remember one of the when I got the DVD for it, I thought there was like, first of all, the DVD had like this crazy menu. I remember that sticking out, and like going through this sequence of events, like inserting like a code in order to watch the movie in chronological order, which obviously defeats the purpose, but it was just a neat thing. Incredible movie. Incredible.
I
think
I know what it is about Nolan that bothers me now, and it's why I'm nervous about the Odyssey. I miss this because I feel like he had something to prove, and you could tell. Like he was like, I have something to prove, and I'm gonna do something unlike anything else. And I'm going to prove everybody wrong that this can be a coherent story told in the fucking wackiest order ever. And now it feels like when he makes a movie, he's like, I'm established. I'm Christopher Nolan. I can do this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like a desperate need to like do something different. And Prestige, that's why I think the Prestige was so good too, because it was like he did the Batman Begins, and he had to like prove himself again that he could do a different type of movie and not like, shoehorn himself.
Yeah. And like I said before, I think The Prestige is his best movie, but Memento, I think because of where it places in like how it impacted me, it got a slot right above. That's all.
Yeah. Just from a directorial.
My top 3 are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why,
TJ,
I've seen it, right?
About that?
Oh yeah. What I was going to say was the part that I always think of is like, where am I? Oh, I'm chasing somebody.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, they're chasing me.
Yeah. Wyatt, you've seen it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and recently, it was not that long ago. I feel like that maybe it was just that it was an older clip that was circulating around where Christopher Nolan and I think his brother were explaining the timeline, like drawing on a whiteboard, and how it makes like a U shape, and how like you're seeing these snippets in like here's black and white, here's this, like yeah, just very, very, very cool. One of the most like unique movies there are.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like you could tell,
Yeah.
like they sat in a fucking basement with a whiteboard and smoked a ton of pot, and we're just like, how do we make this connect? How do we draw a line and like make it connect?
Yeah,
Ryan, wasn't
What?
wasn't Memento, or maybe it was The Prestige, one of the two movies? There's like a story that they always tell, that Christopher Nolan told, about how like it started on a napkin at a bar. The idea of it started on a napkin at a bar.
it might have been
I'm
this.
not sure.
I think it was Memento.
That's the Glass Onion.
If not, it
Yeah, I
was.
was gonna say.
All right, Bill.
My number two.
Number two.
Yep.
Bill, does this start with either an A or an S?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Interchangeable, I think, to an extent.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk a whole lot about Edgar Wright when you said Scott Pilgrim because of this, but yeah, Shaun of the Dead, guys.
Yeah.
It's Remy's favorite movie. Remy was watching it and she was like, "Oh, I love when Liz does this, and I love when Ed does this." And I'm like, "I love you, Remy. You're my daughter. Like, I love you so much." And it just goes to show, like, when a movie is good, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you understand exactly what they're talking about or that you can't quite understand, like, the Cockney English. Not a wasted shot. Who, like, this movie changed it. Ryan, like, Memento changed you. Shaun of the Dead fucking changed me. Like, I seek out and what's the past tense of seek?
Sought.
Sought.
Yeah.
Why? Don't look at me like that. Like it's always been a word.
Language, and how important it is. Arrival.
I was like so hungry to find movies like this that the only way that I could find it was more Edgar Wright. And the only thing,
and luckily he gave it to you.
Yeah, the only thing to hold me over until Hot Fuzz came out, which I don't love like as much as everybody else does. But I love The World's End and I fucking love everything else. But Spaced, like watching Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and like that team, Nick Frost, like create their style in that TV show and be like, wow, they knew who they were fucking 15 years ago. Like before this movie was even a thing, they knew who they were and they just needed an opportunity to like get it out there. And because of it, Simon Pegg is a household name. And I love this movie. I love Simon Pegg. Like he's so near and dear to my heart and like, he's my hero. And yeah, and it's not my number one.
I think the point that even TJ was making before about like Edgar Wright's editing style specifically even was so ahead of its time. Like when you think of like the videos that go viral nowadays that are like edits of other shows or other movies, it's everything lining up to give you that impactful moment. And everything in all of Edgar Wright's movies like do that. And it's that he's doing that for 2 hours, you know what I mean? And so you're just like pulled through it at this like breakneck pace that is like hilarious and really satisfying, you know?
To anyone that hasn't seen Spaced, all the episodes are literally free on YouTube. You could just literally like just watch them on YouTube. It looks old because it is old and it looks very BBC like it was, but it's just watch it past that and it's so intelligently funny. Yeah, it's so smart and like Bill said, like they never had to gain their footing. They always knew.
Yeah. How did they fucking know? How did they're like, this is what we're going to do. We don't even, they literally use countless jokes in Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz that they did in Spaced as like a trial run. They used the cooler's off. So, thanks, babe. Like that. He's not my boyfriend. That's in Spaced.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys. Like
Spaced and Simon and Edgar Wright, he's so smart that it's like you know how like sometimes Rick and Morty is like so fucking good because it's like way too smart and that's what makes it funny. It's like, wow, that's clever. Like that's all that Spaced is. It's just all that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt,
All
you
right.
haven't seen Spaced all the way, have you?
I've seen you guys showed me, I feel like we watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes. Like I want to say it was that same Chicago trip.
It
that we
was.
were watching
It was, yeah.
Starship Troopers. It was like a bunch of episodes of Spaced, and then like halfway through one episode, Nicole said she'd never seen Starship Troopers, and you're like, well, we have to watch that now, and put it on, and then we all fell asleep.
Typical Bill. Typical.
All right, TJ.
All right.
Number 2.
All right, so we are making a list of our top 10 favorite movies. But this movie, I truly believe, is the best movie I have ever seen. We've talked a lot about Denis Villeneuve. It's Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
I've been kind of saving my talk.
Wow.
Really? I'm surprised that that's a surprise to you. Like I'd always talk about how much I love this movie, and not even talking about specifically this movie. I've been saving this comment while we were talking about Denis Villeneuve, but watching any Denis Villeneuve movie feels as though someone came back from the year 2050 to show us a movie. It doesn't feel any Arrival, Blade Runner, Dune. It doesn't feel like those movies should exist in our time. They're so far ahead of their time. And it encompasses everything. Like I talked about how Edgar Wright, I think, is a genius, but if you're encompassing everything, I do think that Denis Villeneuve is wildly underrated and probably the best director overall in the business because of that, because it doesn't feel like you should be watching this movie. The sound editing, and again, anything that I say about this movie can be said about Arrival or Blade Runner, but the sound editing is, it's unreal. It's unfucking real. The score of Dune is so good. And I'm not even talking about the but like the other like iconic score moments of like, you'll know it if you hear it. Mm-hmm. The acting is incredible. The like tension is so fucking real, and just how it moves along. Like I'm not a big fan of Zendaya. I know other people aren't big fans of like Timothée Chalamet, but like I just think everything works so well. And the tension is just so crazy. The action scenes, like them going leg to leg from that fucking, I mean, like literally right when Dune 2 first started, and they're like flying up on the jetpacks up it like immediately takes you over.
They're like taking, it's like how you walk on the bottom of a pool, but they're like doing that up a mountain. Yeah.
It immediately takes you over.
And the camera pans back and you just see these black like silhouettes of people going up. It's so good. And then they start dying and they're just dropping to the ground. Like there's just this desert and it's ka-thump, ka-thump. Yeah, TJ.
Yeah. Bill, were you surprised because it was not my number one, or were you surprised that I had it that high?
I'm surprised that it's on your list.
No shit, really? Oh wow. No,
I really am.
Love that
I wasn't
movie.
sure if you would put 1 or 2. But I figured it'd be up there.
Yeah. This is in my honorable mentions because, like I said, I started rewatching it again last night, and everything you're saying, TJ, is exactly right. And it's just like I said, Denis Villeneuve takes a sci-fi concept that should feel stale and should feel like it's just another one of these, and somehow makes it not that, and elevates it. Like the scene you guys were talking about where the Harkonnens are like floating up the rock. Any other sci-fi director, it's a jetpack and they're flying up and landing and doing a cool shot. And it's not that. It's this eerie floating as he's going up there. Like everything, the final like fight at the end of may thy knife chip and shatter. Like,
oh my
god, the
gosh,
fact that movie had us like saying that and doing this after the movie was over, like the whole sequence in the middle where it's on the Harkonnen homeworld and they shot it with infrared cameras, so everything's all washed out and like not even black and white how you're used to seeing it, but it makes it feel even more like otherworldly. Yeah, so cool. I love Dune too.
Every character is great. Just all the dialogue in it. I know, like, and again, we're talking about Dune Part 2 because I think that is like, but I think that Dune 1 is slept on, and I get it. It's all kind of like leading up to Dune 2, but I don't know. Like, all the Atreides stuff, like the like them rushing into the city, and I don't want to spoil too much for people that haven't seen it, but one of the characters gets captured. I'll say gets captured. All of that is incredible. When that character does die, that fucking scene is fucking wild. Oh, I love Dune so much. It's gonna I can't wait for 3, but goddamn, this is gonna be the perfect trilogy. It's gonna be the ultimate.
I was gonna
trilogy.
say, where's your hype level? Where's your expectations for Dune Part 3?
There is nothing that I want to see more. Books, video games, movies, TV shows. There is nothing I want to see more than Dune 3, Dune Messiah.
It's crazy because like my number 2 and 3 are Nolan movies, and then my number 4 is Denis Villeneuve. But if you look at the last like 5 Nolan movies and compare it to the last like 5 Denis Villeneuve movies, he's insane. Like
he doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss. He doesn't. So like he is absolutely the best director right now. And so I have high hopes for Odyssey. I hope it's amazing. But like if I had to place a bet, I would bet that Dune 3 is gonna knock out anything that Nolan will do.
No bigger act of hubris in the movie industry that I've ever seen than Marvel not moving Doomsday out of the way of Dune Part 3 and just sticking to that date. Because, and again, I have a Captain America shield and an Iron Man helmet up on my shelf. I will be seeing Dune Part 3 before I watch Doomsday if I'm going to the theater that day. You know what I mean? Like, there's no question about it. Like,
I'm obviously right there with you, Wyatt, obviously. But I think Avengers will win that day.
Oh, probably. It probably will.
But
just from an artistic standpoint, I feel like Kevin Feige should be like, guys, let's move a week. Just give them not the same day.
A little bit.
Let's give them their moment. They deserve it. Clearly, like
we still don't think something's moving. Like, what's gonna happen to IMAX screens? Like, what?
They've said they're Marvel's doing the thing with the Infinity Vision. Have you seen this? Where they're like, branding certain theaters are Infinity Vision. That just means they have a certain screen size or whatever, because they're trying to get around that of saying like, oh, it's okay that we're not in IMAX the first 2 weeks. It's going to be, and then they'll do a thing where it's like the beginning of January, and they're like, oh, we're re-releasing Doomsday in IMAX now. Come see it, to get like a second wave of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2. Lots of recent ones on mine. Lots of maybe unexpected ones with like the Akiras, the Princess Mononoke that you guys haven't seen. Now we're getting back into the like little older, clearly just the feel good ones. This was mentioned in the honorable mentions. I'm going to go with Lord of the Rings, and I will also choose Fellowship of the Ring.
I didn't know that about you,
again.
Wyatt.
It's all one. I mean, Aragorn's sword is on the wall.
I honestly did not know. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know that.
I think I had it on camera during one of our other stuff show when we were talking about Rings of Power. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, like that is one of those movies that I also associate it with like Nicole and I. There's been days where like, especially over summer vacations, where we've done like the Hobbit meals, where we just like sit and watch Lord of the Rings all day and put the extended editions on, and we're having breakfast and second breakfast and afternoon tea and all of that stuff, because it just is such a feel good movie. It is like the quintessential fantasy movie, like the entire trilogy, really. Like it has not been topped in that realm, and there's just so many I put it in the category of the Jurassic Parks, of the Terminator 2s, where they're perfect. Like I wouldn't want anything stripped out of them, to the point that we watch the extended editions that are like 3+ hours long, because we just enjoy living with those characters and in that world. And like, yeah, it's incredible. I love Lord of the Rings. And Fellowship is probably the one that I watch the most of, even though there are probably moments in Two Towers, moments in Return of the King that like hit even harder and like get you more emotional because of the length of the journey that you've been on. But yeah,
Fellowship is the movie that you watch the most, because by the time you get to the end of it, you're so bored that you never get to Two Towers. That's why.
All right, kick TJ from the stream. Kick him out.
Wyatt, I would put money on this, because me, Ryan, and Riker are watching all the extended editions, and we're halfway through Return of the King right now. And I would honestly put money on it that if you were to ask Riker which one he likes the most, I don't know. Do you think he would say Fellowship, Ryan?
He
He
might.
said 2 is
Oh, I
better.
don't know. He really didn't like Galadriel in the first one, so I don't know. Maybe he liked 2.
Nobody. Why? Do you like Galadriel ever when she's in a movie ever?
I
Don't
mean,
even.
you know, she plays her role. She plays her
Yeah.
role in the movies. And I mean, honestly, you guys know how much I love a good sword and a story around a sword. The reforging of Aragorn's sword is the coolest moment in any fantasy thing ever. Like when like the blade that was broken shall be remade, and then he takes it out, and like, yeah, it's the coolest thing ever.
He's like hiding it.
incredible.
He's like hiding it in his cloak. He's like, not
Does
yet.
the
I
slow
got something
motion.
to show you, but I'm not going to show you. Yeah, here it is.
It's so good. It's like
all
it is
3
incredible.
of them. All 3 of them I saw at midnight screenings on my birthday, 1 year apart. Like the fact that they pulled that off and had the same release date or whatever, like, you know, every single year.
The Hunt for Gollum is going to be the same date, isn't it?
So worse.
Yeah, I
Just
think
next
so,
year.
December 17th.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of how we were just talking about Dune, where like hype's at an all-time high for what Villeneuve is doing next, what the Dune franchise is doing next. I'm just so scared about Lord of the Rings. I will say, people will be mad at me in the comments again, I'm sure. Rings of Power is fantastic. I'm very excited for that show to come
I
back.
think Rings of Power is a fucking awesome show. I also
it's one of the best shows on right now.
Love The Hobbit. I fucking love The Hobbit.
There's a lot of great things in the Hobbit movies, is what I'll say about the Hobbit movies. But nothing touches the original. It feels very akin to Star Wars in a way where like nothing will touch the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, really.
Yeah.
Like it is just, it's perfect. And here we are talking about perfect movies.
Yeah, everybody knows
our number 1 favorite movies.
Does it have the letter E in it?
Yeah, everybody knows. Ends where it begins with Jim Carrey. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I really thought about moving it. Like I was like, when we started the lists, I was like, this definitely isn't still number 1. Like the Prestige exists. I'm an adult now. I definitely thought about moving this. And then I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a lot of it, thought more about it. And like, this movie was like around that time of, you know, seeing Memento and loving movies that really make you think. And, you know, it's high school and it's the relationship side of things. And it's like, oh, there's heartbreak and, you know, taking this back. And, you know, if I could erase that person and move on and everything like that. And that concept was always really, really fascinating. And then just the way it was filmed with the practical effects and the visuals and everything. But then the more I thought about it now and whether or not I'd move it, and rewatching some of this, it's now turned into a movie more about like your memory and memories and growing up and memory loss and regret and losing things and looking back on those moments that you thought meant more and whether or not you would get rid of them in that moment, whether you thought they were important or not. And suddenly it's like, that's all you have left. And it's like, it becomes a much deeper meaning movie to me now that I'm older than what it meant to me when I was in high school, you know? So I thought it was something that I was like, oh, it's just going to be more about like the relationship side of it. But then the more thinking about like losing your memories and them fading from you and just the way he captured them in this movie, that kind of like sits with me a lot more. And it's one of those movies that I don't think I can ever stop thinking about.
Yeah.
That it's just kind of always part of me in a way. So still Eternal Sunshine. It's boring.
I love Memento and Eternal Sunshine at the top 2, because those are like, when I think about movies that like changed the way I think about movies in high school specifically, and that have continued to like be a reference that I'll go back to and watch again. And I do feel differently about them later on, like, but that they endure and are interesting still in the same way. Yeah. Great pick for number 1. It was one of the ones that like was rolling around in my honorable mentions. And I think it's just that like, I get bummed out a little too hard sometimes when I'm watching it. Like, I get in my feels a little too much that I bumped it down, which again, I could say that for a lot of the movies that were on my list too, but
all the performances too, calling those out because they're amazing. But yeah, it is a bummer. I mean, it's one of those movies that really it hits you in the feels, and it's not exciting. And
it's a dreadful movie. Like it is
it
is a dreadful movie I mean that in a really like good way.
Yeah,
it's you know what it is?
Yeah.
No, it's not dreadful. It's existential. It's like
yeah.
it takes like this idea of a memory and it gives it form and it makes it scarier about losing it. Like it's that's all that
chasing
you are.
A memory,
That's all that we are. That's all that all
Yeah.
that we are. Like when we're gone, we're gone. We're just a memory. All that exists
it's the
of us is a
Coco
memory
thing.
until it's gone. It's a fucking Coco thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It is.
Yeah, the more you
scary
think about it, and it's so funny because it had always existed for a long time in the back of my mind as this relationship drama
ironic.
type thing. But the fact that the more and more I've thought about it recently, and the more it's like, oh God, this is terrifying, and it's deeper than I ever thought it was. So yeah,
when it comes to looking at all the movies on the list and there being a movie that I feel like I should rewatch the most, it's probably Eternal Sunshine, because ironically, that's the movie I remember the least about. I think.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it and I remember loving it, but I don't remember why. I just remember it being like very smart, like
God, that'd be fun to rewatch then.
Fucking Mark Ruffalo, Kirsten Dunst, Elijah Wood, the fucking Falcone macaroni from Batman Begins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
What a great Jim Carrey sandwich this list is that you've created, Ryan. The Ace Ventura at the bottom.
That is the very Ryan thing to do. I feel like that was like you had to type A it. You had to fucking type A it.
He has to have bookends in some way.
I will say after because Ace Ventura, I think Ace Ventura bumped Crazy Stupid, or I forgot which one it was that it bumped. But I was like, oh, that's too. Oh, I think it was Walter Mitty. I was like, okay, I do like that Jim Carrey beginning and the end, but
Mm-hmm.
And that top three hasn't changed since Blade Runner, pretty much. Like if not before that might have been my top three 20 years ago. I feel like
there's somehow a connection between the changing hair colors of Scott Pilgrim and Eternal Sunshine. You know what I mean?
Like I said, quotable comedies and movies that make you think. It all kind of fits. That's a very me list.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
This should come as no surprise. Yeah, you can just type it. You can just.
I mean, if you need to know how to spell it, just look
at Alien 3. It's
not
Alien 3. There it is. There it is.
Okay.
You can't.
Are you serious?
3.
Yeah, Alien 1.
It's the first Alien, not Alien 3.
Alien
3 because you always talk about how Alien 3 is your favorite.
I love Alien 3. I love Alien 3. But and this was a big fucking like I spent a lot of time just on this. Like, which one am I gonna put? Because I could put top 10. The first 5 are fucking Alien movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I had to pick the one that like, and honestly, like I feel like I love Alien 3, and it's my favorite movie from like a kid, from like being a child. But as I've matured, I have since seen the genius in Alien 1. Like there is just something about that cold open and the letters slowly forming and the ominous music. Everyone knows it, you know what I mean? Like even if you don't know it, you're like, I fucking heard that before. And like there are so many levels of terror. The xenomorph is not even my favorite thing about the first Alien movie. Do you guys know what my favorite thing about the first Alien movie is?
I don't know if this is going to be your answer, but it's
the robots.
It isn't.
It's TJ. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say just Ridley Scott, because I think the thing that makes Alien so iconic are those long shots of like it just, I think it makes it scarier. Just slow the movie down.
Yeah.
And he does a good job.
Just so like Ash, the android, the fact that is a reveal, guys. Like I know that we knew about it before, you watched it, but the first time you're watching that movie and you're like, what the fuck? He's a robot? Like that's wild. And I know that like it's kind of more like in your face, like corporate espionage, and like corporations are bad from like Alien Earth and like, pretty much every other Alien movie after that. But there's just something so evil about Weyland-Yutani in the first Alien movie, because they're nowhere. They're just in control of everything.
Yeah.
But they're not even in the movie. They're just like Weyland-Yutani, the company, and the fact that they like we knew about the alien. The whole point was for you to go there and to fucking bring it back. It's just so ominous and scary. There's something about the Weyland-Yutani Corporation that just terrifies me. And it's not as simple as like corporate America is bad. I know that that's like the allegory that it's going for, but it's just, can you see what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
it just
And I
sits in the
think-
back. It's like a scary thing that's back there.
I think part of the appeal of that, of not giving a face to the overall villain of Weyland-Yutani and it just being that they're trapped in this ship, is like really it's the best example of space horror in a way of like, and not in a way of like we want to make space scary, in a way that makes you feel like this is why space is scary. Like you need to actually understand how terrifying it would be to be stuck on this ship and you're not fully in control because it is this company that is just like pulling you along. And it's such a unique and like well executed.
And I know in Alien 2 or in Aliens, like obviously Weyland-Yutani's like all over the place. It's all about like the Marines and everything, and you actually see like them in a board meeting, but that's just the face of it. It's not like it's not the whole entity. And then in Alien 3 at the end, when the whole time Ripley's like, oh, the company's coming for me. Like they'll be here in 7 days. They'll be here in 4 days. And then at the end, they show up in like the white, like militaristic, like uniforms. For me, when I was little and I saw that, I'm like, I'm seeing the boogeyman. And that's so weird and scary for me to finally have like a true face of evil from what I thought that I never would see from the first Alien movie. I hope you're getting that. I just don't like the xenomorph monster. Like, I'm just like, he's cool. I like spaceships. It's a lot deeper for me. And I think Alien is like by far, again, another timeless movie. Like you could say that it's boring, but like, honestly, like my kids have all seen it. They fucking love it because there's just something about it that is like,
it is very well done world building that is not just dumping exposition on you about what the world is. There are so many layers to like discover that, and that's why the franchise I feel like has continued to grow and evolve, because I think everybody who sees that wants to pull at a different thread of what this world is. And
another perfect example of like not needing exposition. The captain walks into a big computer and he's like, all right, mother, and like it's got like its own like thing, and it never talks about it. Like it's so good. And in Alien Resurrection, Ryan, how the AI is called Father, and it's 300 years later. So good.
Yeah.
All right. TJ, what's your number one movie?
Number one for
Do you guys
TJ.
know what it is?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
Bill,
probably
do
I think it is the best movie on your list.
Bill, if
definitely
you don't know what it is, you should.
I'm having a
starts with
difficult
an
time.
H.
Yeah, it starts with an H. So the
Hellboy?
No. No. So I will say there is nothing. there is nothing in all of media that brings me as much joy as the movie Hook.
Oh yeah.
This movie, I think it has the best score. Like it has every scene is super iconic. Like even like we always quote movies with each other, and we're like, oh, what movie? Bill always says that if TJ quotes a movie and you don't know what it's from Hook. I know this movie backwards and forwards. I like them sitting at the table and like having a food fight with make-believe food. You're doing it. You're playing with us, Peter. You're doing it. Like them going back and forth. Name a better character in life than Rufio. Are you kidding me? Fucking the coolest character to exist. Like them going back and forth. You lewd, crude, rude, beg a pre-chewed food dude. Bangarang, Peter. All of that stuff. It's so fucking good. Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook.
Unrecognizable.
I was gonna say I forgot he was in that.
Oh yeah.
God, the like emotional moments, like Peter, just reach out and touch your children and you can go home. Reach out and touch them and you can go, and he can't do it. Oh my God.
So
I love that movie so much. It is like my childhood movie.
I've brought it up before and I've tried to dance around it so it's not completely spoiled, but like I forgot. Did you read Daniel Warren Johnson's Beta Ray Bill?
Oh yeah, I did.
And the references to Hook throughout the entirety of it?
Oh,
So great. It's
Come
fantastic.
on.
It's so lovely. Yeah.
yeah, it is by far my favorite. It has consistently been my favorite movie since
Yeah.
I was a child. Even
love
like
how
as an adult.
I love how much whimsy there is on TJ's list. You
Oh.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much whimsy between A Christmas Story, Harry
His is, like,
Potter,
holidays
Goofy
and children's
movie.
classics.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like stuff that makes you feel good. And
but then
Doctor Sleep.
right-
That's gonna
right
make
in
you terrified.
It really is just my childhood with like a little sprinkle of my adulthood in there. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that's pretty much my childhood right there.
Love
But
it.
So,
but
yeah.
that sprinkle is like Denny Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan, and
Right.
And what's his face?
Yeah.
Oh, Flanagan, yeah. Mhm.
Flanagan. Yeah.
Mike Flanagan.
All right. My number one, again, to what TJ said, the nostalgic reminding myself of my childhood, I think is where we're going here. And there's a franchise in particular that I won't stand for not being on these lists. And I know it's not
Yeah.
what it used to be. And that's because
Gotta.
it peaked in 1983 with Return of the Jedi. Okay. Everybody loves Empire Strikes Back. I would love to debate anyone on any day about how Return of the Jedi does everything that Empire does, just better. And it flips everything on its head. I think it is such a, like, it is, again, kind of like with Lord of the Rings, like the trilogy feels almost like it's one thing and one story. Return of the Jedi is so great to see Luke become a Jedi, to see the actual confrontation between him and Vader. Like, I could go on and on and on about Return of the Jedi. Everyone knows the original Star Wars trilogy, so I won't beat it to death or anything. But yeah, that was like my introduction to sci-fi, to genre, was the original Star Wars trilogy. And it's I think also what made me like kind of love the endings of stories as well. Like I'm kind of a sucker for the resolution and how is it all going to pay off. As great as a cliffhanger of Empire Strikes Back is, like the actual resolution of where it goes and the way it plays out. And I love Ewoks. Okay, bring all your criticisms of Return of the Jedi and whatever like critiques you have, and I'll tell you why they're great and why it's the best Star Wars movie that's out there. It's fantastic. So
Hey.
that is my number one.
Wyatt, the season 2 episode 1 intro is Simon Pegg
Space.
burning all of his Star Wars stuff. And they're like, and the whole time he's just like, he's super pissed, and they're like, Tim, the Phantom Menace was 18 months ago. Let it go. And he's like, no, he ruined it. He ruined it.
There was
Dude,
something.
no. I won't
so
have that.
good.
Star Wars is still, you know what? It's still what it used to be. Those movies are still what they used to be, even though maybe Star Wars is not necessarily.
I'm so glad I lived through the 90s as a kid, watching and knowing what Star Wars was before more came out. You know what I mean? Because I have that memory of that, because there's as time goes on, that window is only as big as it ever is. But, it's a small window of time in which you could be a kid and have access to that original trilogy without everything else. Any other kids from now to the end of time will have come into a world where there's just a million things Star Wars.
Yeah.
But we had these 3 movies, and like it was a huge deal when they got re-released into theaters for the first time, and they were the original,
Remember the tapes that they came, the VHSs?
Yeah, with just the
big
head
boxes.
on them.
Oh man,
Yeah,
so
just-
good. Go get it, Wyatt. You fucking go get it.
Yeah, they're up
Dude.
there. They're up there with Jurassic Park and Back
Yes.
to the Future. Like, it is just. I'm glad you brought them up though, Wyatt, because it needed to be said.
And again, to be clear, there's still a lot of great Star Wars stuff that comes out. There's a lot of stuff that's not great. Star Wars has changed and is a different thing. But I will never not have nostalgia for Return of the Jedi and just appreciate what it does storytelling wise and like the weird turns that it takes. And it's incredible.
Luke's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi is the best one too.
Yeah, and again,
It's the best. It's the best.
it was
lightsaber.
probably the origin of like, oh, he built his own lightsaber,
it's
and
so
it's like
cool.
his signature
I
weapon
can
now,
still
and it's a
hear
symbol of
I
him
can still hear
changing as a
Vader
character, and
like
like,
holding it and looking at it. Like I can hear that. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Good stuff.
incredible. There's so much about that movie I love.
I was
Some good-
terrified of the Sarlacc pit when I was little.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah,
It was a terrifying thing. I thought they were real. I thought I was like, I'm staying away
I'm
from
not going to the
potholes.
desert ever.
Holy shit!
some
Fuck
good movies.
quicksand.
Some
Oh,
good
man.
movies, guys.
We did it,
So-
everybody.
We did it.
So here we go. Ready? Here's like just some that like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Clerks 2, King's
oh, are we
Speech,
just gonna start shouting
Doctor
movies
Sleep,
now?
The Thing, The Crow, Dragonheart, The Faculty, Maverick was on there. The Menu, Ryan. The Menu almost
Don't
made
say
my
anything
list.
about the menu. Don't say anything about the menu.
Dan in Real Life, Star Trek First Contact.
Dan in
Star
Real
Trek
Life
Reboot.
was high on my list, but yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
The Mummy was also on here.
Yeah.
I mean, just finishing out my 20 and top 20. Scream 3, Jumanji, Terminator 2, Twister, Shaun of the Dead was on there.
Yeah.
Back to the Future was my 16.
Yep.
I forgot to bring that up, but
This is
Should we
reminding me, ironically enough, of when Helen Hunt is reading the note to, and she's like, I'll just read the whole thing. I'll just read the whole thing, and then she starts reading it to Melvin. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Oh.
What?
Princess Bride.
As we start wrapping up, do we each want to read 10 to 1 our full list for the audio listeners
yeah,
out there?
run
who
through
can
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For us. Ryan, why don't you go ahead?
All right, from 10 to 1. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. The Fall. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Clue. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. The Money Pit. Blade Runner 2049. The Prestige. Memento. And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Bill?
My number 10, Chef, Event Horizon, Blast from the Past, Starship Troopers, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 1989 Batman, Jurassic Park 1, The Iron Giant, Shaun of the Dead, and number 1 is Alien.
Starting with my number 10, a Goofy movie, the original 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Hocus Pocus, As Good as It Gets, Doctor Sleep, Batman Begins, A Christmas Story, Dune Part 2, and my number 1, Hook. Hook, where's the hook? Hook.
My number 10, Gone Girl, Akira, Social Network, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Sing Sing, The Prestige, Arrival, Princess Mononoke, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and Return of the Jedi at number 1.
So,
Ryan,
the fact that The
you've
Prestige
done-
is on here twice,
It
does that
is.
make it the best movie of all time?
It's the one with the most appreciation on
Right.
the list, I guess. Yeah. Ryan, we have completed your homework. How does it feel? Are you satisfied when you first got this idea back over 6 months ago for the Other Stuff show? Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for all the things that everybody gets to watch now that they haven't seen, and I'm excited for the listeners to let us know what they haven't seen and to tell us their top 10 in the comments.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I've already sent it to you guys, but I'm excited to watch Princess Mononoke probably the most. That Sing Sing and Akira. Very excited to watch all those. Rewatch Blast from the Past. What about you guys? What's on this list that you're looking forward to watching or rewatching?
Same thing as what you said, Princess Mononoke, Akira, and what was the other one? Sing Sing. Like I said, I do want to rewatch Eternal Sunshine, and there was another one on here that I wanted to rewatch. Can't remember what it was, but I think it was Arrival, which I know that movie. I just want to fucking watch it.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's so good.
Yeah, Akira, I know that movie gets praised. I just need I need it to be my home. Like I need someone to be like, you need to do it. Like, you know what I mean? I just need that motivation.
Don't
Same
tempt
thing-
me, Bill. I already have your homework picked out. I already
Same
have
thing
your
with
homework.
same thing with Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Yeah, I would need. I think honestly, the thing that I'm most excited to watch is probably Blast from the Past again.
Bill's like, I'm gonna go down my list. Thanks guys for being here, but I'm gonna go rewatch my top
I'm gonna
10
go watch
list.
Alien.
I'm very excited. There's a bunch on Ryan's list for sure, like Clue that I haven't seen, The
yeah.
Fall, The Money Pit, like
Yes.
none of those I've seen that I'm excited to put on the list and get through. And then a bunch that I haven't seen in forever, like Blast from the Past, that I'll definitely put on the list to go back
And
to
Event
over
Horizon.
summer. And Event Horizon that I
Yeah.
haven't seen at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ's is the only list I think that I have seen all of the movies, and they are all just like, they're all great, feel good bangers.
Yep.
Very cool. This was a lot of fun. It was like very stressful putting the list together. I felt so much like pressure, and it feels good that it's just out there now. And again, if I make this list tomorrow, it's probably going to change, probably be different. But like Ryan said, leave your top 10 in the comments below. Tell us what are the ones that are, most nostalgic for you, the ones that you would put in your top 10 of all time. Leave that in the comments below. And if you're listening to this just as it's posted, very soon we will be doing a live show, the Other Stuff Show, where we are going to hang out live with all of you guys. We're going to be doing that on Friday, the 19th is the date, I think, of this month. Coming up for us in just a week as of us recording this. So Friday the 19th, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be going live on our YouTube channel, talking about everything in 2026 that we have been watching, listening to, reading, playing video games, all of that, and interacting with you guys where you can share the things you've been watching. That's always, just like this was, a really fun experience where we get to kind of get together and build a list for ourselves of things that other people are enjoying that they've recommended that we check out. So please come join us for that. We will
before
see
that,
you guys then.
I mean, there is more Invincible coming. I know.
True.
Thank you for indulging us as we, took a little bit of a break from Invincible stuff because we had been doing it for so much. We had a couple weeks off there, but we are back with a new issue of Battle Beast. So in just a few days, less than a week, we will have a new episode of the Battle Beast podcast coming out, where Battle Beast and Conquest continue their conversation. That plus even another little mini episode, something coming out all next week before the Other Stuff Show live next Friday.
Oh yeah. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you for, like Ryan said, indulging as we venture off from just Invincible topics. It's always really fun to get to chat about all kinds of stuff with you guys and with the commenters as well. Until then, I've been Wyatt.
Oh,
no, we're not doing it.
Bill.
This is the episode we're doing it. Okay, goodbye.
He's
Go watch
TJ.
Go watch Hook.
TJ.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.